All right, well, I'm back, and now I have two streams going, 33 watching. I have to go here, share, copy, back to this stream now. Here's a link to the new stream. There we go. And yep, they cut me off again, ladies and gentlemen. They love it. Here's a link to the new stream. And so, yeah, this is a favorite thing of them to do. When I tell you I'll be right back, they like to shut off my stream on me. And so now we're going to go over here. And the weird thing is there's no way for me to end the other stream, but I can go over here to my channel, view your channel, and then I can put manage videos. And then the one that's streaming right now live, I can go over here now, and it says there were 1,010 views of this other one. There were 1,010 views, and now we're going to have to come over here and edit this video, and we're going to take it off public to unlisted. Done. There we go. And save. All right. Yep. Back. Yep. I'm in good shape from the partying in the 70s. Yep. I usually go to your channel and then click live. Well, it's interesting. At least I'm loaded back in here. I'm back in on this. And let's take a look at where we are now. SIDU at 431 a share. Okay. And that doesn't surprise me because I didn't see it. And it's interesting. It was already at 435, and there were no shares hardly available there. So where do these shares always suddenly come from at 431? I wonder. And the only thing I can think is they must have borrowed some shares and said, let's see if we can just sell it down just a little bit further here before the end of the day. It is the lunchtime low, so that's common, lunchtime low here. And I'm going to buy it here now again. And I'm going to buy it right now. Coming in for a few shares at 431. No doubt about it. I'm going to buy 10 at 431. Review order. And I'm just going to put 432. I don't care. That's fine. I'll buy it between 431 and 2. I want to make sure I get it here. And let's look at my order status. And this is SIDU I'm buying here, ladies and gentlemen. And I just picked it up right then at 431.52. So now I've been able to buy it at 432.62, 433, and 431.52 is where I'm buying it. And yeah, YouTube, man, as of late, man, they've really been kind of putting the brakes on this channel. Don't know why. I haven't been doing much in the way of political talking much lately. I've tried to keep things curbed pretty much on that. But interestingly enough, if you go over to my videos here and you go over to my channel, view your channel, and if I go over here to my lives, and if I scroll down on these lives, I want you to see that, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to go back in time to only right here 3 months ago. 3 months ago, okay? 3 months ago, 20,000 views. 13,000 views, 20,000 views, 19,000 views, 15,000 views, 9,000, 16,000, and then all of a sudden come up into the more recents, and suddenly we're at get down here, 2.4 thousand views 4 days ago, 2.5 thousand views, 2.4 thousand views, 3.2 thousand views, and really, really, really putting the brakes on me here. And I thought it's kind of interesting to see this. This is just over 3 months, and we're at now 2.9 thousand views per day, 3.5 thousand, 3.6 thousand. We were at 4.6 thousand, 3.7 thousand. But then go back here just 3 months ago, and you were seeing some, 17,000 views, 17,000, 18,000 views, 13,000 views. And today, they shut my stream off in the middle of my stream for some weird reason while I'm trying to go get a password. And their comments that people are making are getting removed from the comments from the chats. So I don't know how I got on their radar, but they don't like all of a sudden my channel here at YouTube anymore. And they're starting to really try to tamper out the light, I believe. I talk about things like God and country. I talk about things. Yeah, that's right, Nick. They're shadow banning me. I'm going to put out a song soon. I'm the shadow bandit. I'm the shadow bandit. But isn't it interesting that I've gone from just 3 months ago and 16,000, 14,000, 20,000, 17,000, 20,000, 13,000, 17, 21,000, 19,000, 18,000, 13,000, 16,000, 17,000, 17,000. And then I go down to 2.3 thousand 3 months ago. And then 5.7, 1.1, 3.5, 2.7, 1.6. What happened? What happened? When did I say the wrong thing that touched them off? Yep. Can YouTube remove comments midstream? Oh yeah, they do. I had a guy yesterday say, "How come my comment got removed?" And others have told me, like Gary Edwards, his comments have often been rejected, won't be allowed to be heard. Oh, they're moderating my channel. They are. And as I just got through saying to you a little bit ago, hey guys, I'm going to have to step away here and get my password. They might shut my stream off in the middle of this. And if they do, I'll start another stream with the same thumbnail. And sure enough, I stepped away for 10 seconds. I come back, they cut my stream off. And it could be that it's just going to keep going down if I keep talking about it, because I don't think that they care for too many people to know that they do shadow ban people. Yep. Yep, that's what I said. All of a sudden, I found you that one day out of nowhere. The Cypress Tree one says, I got a notification just now. Thank you for letting me know that. I appreciate that. But very unusual that all of a sudden my channel, which was seeing magnificent growth, and there's a lot of people here that are here for a good reason. They're here because what I talk about, it makes sense. the things I show you, they it's almost as if they just don't want people to know what I'm trying to share with everyone. They don't want you to know. This thing says add a Q&A sticker. Try it. So let's see what happens. Oh, I don't want to do that because I've did that before and it popped up something I couldn't get rid of. So, but very, very, very strange that I would be having such videos with such huge viewership every day, and then suddenly stop and see my viewerships dropping to 2,000 a day, and there's still a lot of people. When I first started this channel, I only had 50 people on here a day. When I started this channel, yeah, keep it stockified, and I try to keep stocks the number one thing, but there's also other very important things in life that people need and should know about, I believe. And so I want to share those things as I make my way through my lifetime. I want to share these good things, and I think they're things of importance. And let me tell you something else that I found out that through my research of of all the stats you can go through on YouTube. What I found out, which was most interesting, is that the number one search trend for people finding my channel is not how to day trade or stock investing or any of those tag words that I have to draw people to my channel. None of those words are the top trending. The top trending is my name. People are actually hearing from their friends like you that are listening, and they tell about others about me, and they are searching. The top trend is they're searching for my name. They're not searching for stocks or the stock market or day trading or day trade tips or day trading secrets or whatever. They're not searching for that. The number one of my users find my channel by searching for my name, Catfish Tyler. And I thought that was pretty interesting as well. You mean, why are all these people searching for my name now? They're not searching for stocks or hot stocks or top 10 list of stocks or any of that. The number one search for people searching for my channel. Now, another thing to notice is that I just had about 80 on my previous views. I think I had 65 or 70 likes. Okay. And now you get over on my channel and there's just 11 likes on the channel. See, they've knocked my likes down from 69 to 11 now on my video, this new video. So you guys do me a favor. Let's go right together here now and we'll do a countdown. We'll hit the like button at 12:28 and 8 seconds because now we start all over. And this does not help my channel. The likes, the number of likes, but they take them away. They're taking them away. So do me a favor, if you wouldn't mind. And at 12:28, I'd appreciate it if you would do it again. And all of you at the same moment in time, if we can all hit the like button at the same time at 12:28 and 8 seconds, then I don't think they can do anything about that. I think it'll still trigger the algorithm. All right, so let's try it anyway. We got to try something with what all's going on. So here we go. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Hit the like button right there. And we will try to overcome the obstacles. Yep. Alexa, call Double K.
Calling Double K.
Hello.
Howdy, you calling me?
Yeah, the reason I was calling is there's a stock that we used to own at one point, and we sold it off a long time ago. When everything was taking a crap and everything else. And this thing is up crazy over the last year. And it's Bloom Energy.
And it was one that you had. I know. I remember that you were, and I had a little bit of it too. I got in a little bit of it, but I never went in real heavy. But I do remember, yes. And they had run into some problems because their wiring out there had been causing some forest fires and stuff. And they had run into some lawsuits about their electrical wiring that had been, in some way or shape or form uh, was hurting the environment out there. They got into it with the EPA or something. And
Well, how did it go way up?
I have no idea, but all I remember
I'm
was,
not talking PCG. PCG is the one we're talking about as far as that goes, if I remember.
yeah, that's right. You're right. Yes, PCG. That's right.
Bloom was the stuff that basically, if you remember, Ballard Power, Plug Power, all those ones. This was like the third one of the three that we used to play with.
All right, okay. Yep. Give me a minute here because we're talking about something that's happened in my channel here lately, and the algorithms are favoring the big YouTube channels. Well, my channel was starting to get big. That's just the thing. I was getting up to 20,000 views per day and 16 and 18,000 views per day. And someone just mentioned when you bring up Jesus, they don't like it. I've seen it happen many times to others. Just keep it stocks.
When you bring up what?
Jesus.
When did you bring up Jesus?
On Easter.
Oh.
And someone else says, Brad Forney, that is weird. I could like your video again because I liked it this morning. Yeah, well, what happened, Double K, is just now I was streaming and I had to get logged into my account on Charles Schwab. And when I went to get logged in, they had to get a password off my phone. So I put everybody on hold for a minute. I put my stream on hold. You can do it. You can just hit a little button and it lets you, put the camera on hold and it puts my logo up. Well, a lot of times YouTube, when I try to do that, they'll do a software update on my channel right then at that second. And so I tell people in advance, hey, listen, I've got to go over in here and get a password so I can get to trading on my Charles Schwab account, but they may disconnect me. Well, they disconnected me just now. And of course, on the previous stream, I had 80 or 90 people watching me, and I had 67 likes or 70 likes. And all of a sudden now I've got 33 people watching me and I've got 28 likes because they just knocked all the wind right out of my, stream. You know, if somebody's on YouTube and they're looking at a stock channel, they might look down and see now, oh, this guy's only got 36 people watching. Oh, he's only got 29 likes. This is a nobody. And so they just blow right by you. But when they would look at my channel 3 months ago, they'd see 17,000 people or 20,000 people that had watched that stream, or 19,000 or 14,000. And so they are tuning in on that because, hey, oh, wow, this guy's he must know something. But now um, what I did on Easter was I talked to people about the Easter bunny and how it's just a distraction from the real truth, and what they should all be focusing on is, Jesus rising from the grave, and eternal life. And instead, they've got this big stuffed rabbit that's supposed to lay eggs, which rabbits don't freaking lay eggs in the first place. And so anyway, that's just the way it is. Can't you get a tablet to stream with instead of your phone? No, because I get no. Unfortunately, Jayhawk, that doesn't work because they don't allow you to stream in this format and reach as many people because through this format in the horizontal, I reach 100 times as many people as I do in the wide stream format. So anyway, they're going after SIDU right now, Double K. They've got it at a low right now of $4, and they're shooting for $4.13 a share. They've got it down to $4.16 and a half, and they're shooting for either 408 or $4.13. That is where you should have your buy orders now if you're going to buy any more with me. So I'm going to come in right here. Now I'm going to duplicate this order. I'm going to buy some more right now. And I'm going to try to buy this at 413 a share, folks. It's the bottom line. And I don't care if it even goes lower, I'm going to buy some if I can at 413. I can assure you right now.
Bloom Energy just blows me away, dude. I haven't even realized in the last year what it's done, and it's just it's crazy.
Well, now don't get me wrong.
From $18, dude. It's gone from $18 to $200.
Holy smokes! Wendy says, "Hi, Catfish. I have problems with my computer again. Please help me." Oh gosh, Wendy, what's wrong with your computer? Waiting for Wendy to tell us now what's wrong with her computer. But in the meantime, I'm trying to buy the stock SIDU at $4.13 a share right now because I am pretty sure if they've got it all the way down to 417, nothing's going to stop them from getting to 13. Trust me. They're going for 413, I promise you. If they got down below 420, they're going to 413, people. I promise you. And you should at least I'm going to raise my bid now from 413 to 414. I'm going to change it because I don't care. They may not have the strength to get to 414 or 413, but I'm going to put 414 here. Yep, it's happening like months ago. She said, I didn't turn off my computer and it's turned black again like before. Okay. Well, I will try to show you something here that might help you. Look down on your keyboard and look over here, and you see this right here. You might have set a book or something on it and it pushed that button, and that makes your screen go black. Come over here to F3 and try to touch F3 and push that button. All right. Sometimes a book or something can be put on your keyboard and there's something underneath that presses that button and makes the screen go black. Push this button right here and hold it or tap on it, and it might bring your screen back up. Dale said, okay. Did it work? Yeah, they're different. Yeah. Okay. All right. Here. Listen, there's a lot of people on this channel that know a lot about computers. Okay. And someone's going to tell you right now. Now, my suggestion would be hit this button, Control, Alt, and Delete at the same time. This button, and the delete button, and hold them down. And then it'll be your task manager. And you can close one application after another until you find out which one is causing the problem. But also, you can force shut off your computer, and you can put your finger, if your power button is here, and just hold it in. Hold it in, hold it in, hold it in, and then your computer will turn off. Just keep holding it. Now you can also go down here to the taskbar, right down here, and right click on the taskbar down here. You can right click on it and you can get the task manager like this right here. Task manager. Click on that. And then up here, you can see all the things that are running on your computer. And you can just end one at a time until your problem goes away. That way it can help you pinpoint where the problem is originating from. So Wendy says, I did force shut off my computer, but not working either. I just closed YouTube, then reopened it. That worked. That's right. Dr. Q says, look for the one that's using the most resources. So, uh, Wendy, when you go down here and you right click on the taskbar right down here at the bottom, and you right click on this, it says taskbar manager. Look for one of these that's using the most megabyte. See this one here? This one right here is using the highest amount. Microsoft Edge is using the most. So if I turn that off, my internet will go off, of course. But that's what's using the most. And then this here, Thinkorswim, is what's using the second most, okay? And look down here for the ones that are using the most, like this one, AMD software. Well, that one I wouldn't shut off, but you can see which ones of these are using the most. Anti-malware service. That's 168 megabytes. You can shut that off. But the ones you're looking for are not MB, they're GB, gigabytes. Gigabytes, okay? If you can find some that are using gigabytes, those are the ones that you want to end, okay? When you find those, you want to click on that and end it, okay? So that's how you can hopefully solve your problem. Eliminate the ones that are using the most resources, okay? All right. Now let's get back over here. And Wendy, you might have to buy yourself a new computer here fairly soon. It sounds like you got some issues. You got a few ghosts in the machine. Now, I want to take a look at this stock that Double K is talking about, Bloom Energy. Bloom Energy, folks. Let's go take a look at it. Wow, you're right. Holy smokes, 217. Folks, this stock used to be $6 a share. $6 a share in 2024. Look at that. Then it went up to $12. But wow, holy smokes. $10 a share. And in 2 years, it's gone from $10 to $217 a share. Jeez. Wow. Look at that recent spike. Energy stocks, baby. Energy stocks. Over the last 5 days, it's up 23%. Man, oh man, Double K, that is amazing. Depressing. Yeah, depressing is what it is because we missed it.
I know.
We missed it, man.
We missed it. Hey, that's like I said, we're not all geniuses.
Nope, no, we're not. Hey, I got the 414. Look at that. I got 414, folks. And now the bid is 417. And listen, Double K, that's on SIDU. I just bought the low, 414. I just bought the low at 414. Nice. I picked that order up. Cha-ching, $4.14. Wendy says that this is my brand new computer, only 1 year old. Yes, yes, you don't know about much about computers. It sounds to me like because of that you may have been taken advantage of. Yep, that double K silence. Someone says. Yes, well, when Double K's being silent, he's not just being silent, folks. He's investigating. He's looking at other stuff. He's monitoring. He's checking it out. Why, how, and what did they do, and what got them there? How did they make that happen? Because he wants to learn from that and look for future stocks that might do the same thing, following that same pattern. So he's very investigative. Believe me, Double K, he digs sometimes on these companies hard. And so, hey, there's no more getting it below 414 a share. And I want to look at SIDU. Did they get to a low of 413? I want to know. So I want to look at it right now. SIDU, did they get to a low of 413? Let's go see. SIDU. SIDU. And did they get the 413 low? Oh, yeah, they got it. They did get it. Well, they got it, folks. They got the low I told you they were going to shoot for, 413. I nailed it. I told you, Wendy, that was the place to buy it. 413 a share, Wendy. I told you. And I bought it at 414 because I didn't care. I knew that they were going to run it off 413. So, all right. I hope that you just bought SIDU with me at 413 a share. And better yet, I hope that you sold it with us 2 days ago in the pre-market when it was at 608. And I sold SIDU at 583, 588, 586. And now to get to buy that back at 414 a share, I love it, folks. I love this stock. Yep, this is one of my favorite stocks right now. We've been making a lot of money on this. Oh, I cannot buy or sell right now. My computer has problems. Um, Listen, another thing that you can try is you can try to get yourself a fan that you can set underneath your laptop, because a lot of times problems can be occurring when you have heat generated too much. Heat levels get too high. And I've had computer problems before and solved them by getting a fan. These are little units that you can put underneath your keyboard, and they are blowing air and they keep it cooler. You might be having trouble with it overheating. She says, no, my internet is fine, Marty. Yep. But now Wendy, um, she says she has that too. She has a fan. Oh, thank you for letting me know that, Rudiggity. SIDU double K. The short interest right now is 11.19% of the float. Okay, thank you. And I can tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, this is about the standard amount that you will expect to find down when a stock does a public share offering. All they want to do is trigger those 20% stop losses. And as soon as they can get those 20% stop losses to trigger, then it falls to 22 or 23. This is very, very common. So they get the 20% stop losses to trigger, and then they start buying when it drops another 2 to 3. This is very, very, very common after a public share offering. They want to run it down to where they can get the 20% stop losses, to start automatically firing off. And then those 20% losses will drive it down to 22 and a half, 23. This is the perfect place for them to get it. They know it. They know it. They broke the 20% level. And when they did, then the 20% stop losses kick in. They drive it down almost 23%. You can see that. It's very clear. And there they are at 413. And they got there by triggering stop losses at 420. The 20% stop losses at 420. So that's how they got to 413, by triggering the 20% stop losses at 420 a share, just so you understand how that works. All right, everyone? And you can use this information in your future, believe me. In your future, you'll be able to know, okay, and it doesn't matter what the price is, it's the percentage, folks, the percentage. What they wanted to do today to this stock on a public share offering was run it down until they could trigger 20% stop losses, because they knew if they did that, then it would fall to 22, 23. That's exactly where they are in their happy buy spot now. Perfect execution. And they get to buy it at their favorite number to buy a stock, 413, folks. It couldn't be a more perfect scenario for them. They get the best of both worlds. Triggered the 20% stop losses, drop it 23%, and buy it at 413 a share. You can't ask for anything more as a shorter than that. I'm serious, folks. It's the perfect scenario for them. And they've done it thousands of times, just so you're aware of that. They've been doing this kind of manipulation, ladies and gentlemen, for thousands and thousands of times they've done it. And why? Because it works perfectly. You can see it. It works like a charm. Yep. ENVB trying to rock it. Hey, Double K, take a look at ENVB. Uh, Guys, these are the stocks this morning that I had my eyes on. And yep, these are the stocks that I've had my eyes on. SIDU, SILO, KTTA, CMND, ATAI, PBM, BATL, TOVX, CANG, FCHL, SPRC, DGXX, ENVB. See the ones that have the asterisks? Those are the ones I like the most. Those are the ones that I had my eye on the most. ARTL, WLDS is the biggest mover. DIDU, ONDS, POET, VSA, CADL. These are the people calling them out. You can take a look at them. And the first one we're going to go over and take a look at is, and hold on a second, I got to make sure I don't get logged out on my other account. All right, I'm going to be refreshing this screen so I can trade here if they take it any lower. And so there you go. SIDU, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. They drove it down to their favorite number, 413. That was their low today. And they triggered those 20% stop losses. And those are what helped them carry it down to 413 where they could get it. Someone just said, do not touch WLDS. They just announced an offering. Oh my God. And someone was saying this morning, that's the biggest mover, WLDS. And let's take a look at it. WLDS. Oh, God. And they just did a public share offering, folks. I'm sorry about that if you were in on that one. It's still up 41% right now, but I bet you they halted it. I bet you it's been halted. Yep, it's been halted. WLDS has been halted. It looks to me like it's been halted, folks. Now, let's look at these stocks that have been called out today by everyone all day long. Let's look and see if any of them look like they're about to launch. SILO. I like it. This is SILO, and I like the look of that, folks. SILO. And I've already traced this stock out, and it just broke away there, folks. SILO. I'm telling you, I just mentioned it, and it just got fired off. There it goes. SILO. Look at that flat top green candlestick right there. It's huge. Big buy-in just came in. 22,000 shares, 22,904 just bought. SILO. Isn't that interesting? I just moved over to it and look at its springboard right there. SILO. Wow. It's up 11.5%. And folks, this is a double crossover of the 50-day right now. Right now, a double crossover, the 5 and 10 over the 50. And look at that 200 rising now. SILO. I'm just telling, I report, you decide. I provide, you decide. It's your choice. I don't make anybody make any move, but I'm telling you, SILO was called out this morning, and it was called out by Nouveau Music, and he's been very accurate. SILO, it looks good. The chart looks good right now. SILO. Now, we're not done. We've got a lot of others to look at here, but that SILO, boy, I tell you, you might want to pick up a couple of shares of that right now, because it looks to me like that thing is getting ready to make a move, and I could be wrong, but I like it. SILO. Okay. Now, the next one we're going to take a look at is KTTA, called out by Rolando Mota. KTTA. And that one is completely capitulated today. And folks, I like the look of that too. I mean, look at that thing capitulate right there. Wow. And this one was called out. I'm not sure what the news was on it, but Rolando Mota called it out. You watch this one, folks. This KTTA, it might break up over that 200, and you'd have a triple crossover on today's chart with the 5-day, 10-day, and 50-day crossing the 200. Keep an eye on that, folks. It was at 95 cents a share this morning, and now they're accumulating it at 73. And that's a number they love. They love the number 72, 73, and they've been sitting there for a long time at 72 and 73 cents. And I'm telling you, they've been sitting there accumulating, and that's one of their numbers to accumulate on, 72 and 73. And they have accumulated for a good hour and a half. And now it's starting to move slowly upwards and crossing over the 50. KTTA. And I can't make any guarantees, but that thing looks like it might make a move up and on over that here right after lunchtime. It could be on its way. KTTA. Called out by Rolando Mota. Next, CMND. And that one does not look good. That's the opposite. CMND. That's called out by Jay this morning. Jay Watson called it out, and Rolando and Raymond called this out. So 3 people had this stock on their radar this morning. And out of the gate, it took off and shot all the way up to $1.52. And after that, they've been driving it down, and the current price is $1.11. And I bet you they took it to 108. And they actually had it down to 106. They had it all the way down to 106. I don't like this 200 falling, though, and I don't like the 50-day falling. I know it might be going up if you look at the 20-day. Let's look at the 20. And here I do like this a little bit better. At least the 200 is rising and the 50 is rising. And so this might be a perfect place to make an entry on this. 4 days ago, the price was 58 cents a share, and now it's at $1.11. 58 cents actually on Thursday. 58 cents a share on Thursday, now at $1.11. CMND. And it's up 54% today. That one, no telling what it's going to do. Jay Watson also called out PBM. Let's look at PBM right now. PBM. Cheezo Pete's, Tyler. There. PBM. Oh, yeah, that looks good, Jay. Now, it is pulling back at lunchtime right here. It's pulling back a little bit, but boy, that looks very, very, very strong. PBM now up 92% today, but man, that still looks strong. PBM. Talent degrade. No way it goes to $2. Impossible. In my opinion, that's absolutely unbelievable. Impossible. No, no, I just bought it at the low, and that's the low it's going to be. That's my feeling on SIDU. I just bought the low, and that's as low as it's going to be. $4.13. I'm sorry to hear you feel that way because I do not believe there's any chance of it getting to that price, and I think it would be ill-advised to wait for that price. That's for sure. Yep. 413 is what they want, baby. 413 for the lunchtime low. And they just got 412 and a half, I see. So that's all they want. They just want to trigger those 20% stop losses, my friend. They're not trying to take it down 100%. That isn't going to happen. That's not going to happen. No way. Nope. They wanted to trigger those 20% stop losses. They knew once they did that then they could drive the price down to their favorite number of 413 and accumulate it there, and that's what they're doing. They got it to drop 20%. That triggered the stop losses, drove it down to 22 percent down, and that's exactly where they're wanting it. Believe me, all by design and structure. But you're looking at $2. That's over 100% drop, and it isn't going to happen, my friend. That doesn't happen on public share offerings. I've never seen 100% drop on a public share offering. Never in my life. Nope, that doesn't happen. 30% max as a general rule. And if I thought it was going to go to 2, you wouldn't be saying me buying any shares at 414 just a minute ago. I can tell you that. No, no. You know what? As a matter of fact, well, I don't need to go any further into it. You guys believe what you want to believe. You wait for it to get to $2 if you want. I'll just keep buying it here at 413. And I'm going to get over here right now, and I want to see what else I'm profiting on today. I made 1,085 off of HUBC, so I'm going to move it. Trade, and I bought a little bit of TE the other day. Hasn't done anything. TE hasn't moved. There we go. I don't want to do that. I want to sell that there. Sell. TE. There we go. I just sold that. And now I want to buy SIDU. Trade SIDU. There we go. And I want to buy that now. Thank you. And I want to be buying 20 shares at a time for 10, for 11. And just so you're aware of something, you two that are talking about the CDU going to $2, take a look at how many shares they just had at where I'm trying to buy. Look at that. 72,000 shares is all that are available here. 72,000. Okay? That's all. 72,000. And now At the next number up, there's only 68,000. So, do you not understand what I'm trying to share with you? At the lowest price of the day, they only had 77,000 shares. I'm sorry. So at the lowest price of the day, they only had now 82,000 shares. I'm still trying to buy. I've got my order right there trying to buy at 410. Okay? I'm trying to buy at 410 because they've only had 82,000 shares available. That's all. Now, the next number up, 97,000 shares were available. But they ran out of those at 97 and now 102. They've run out. So here you go. They've already run out. There's no way this goes. It makes sense why you were buying it. Yeah. I'm trying to prove to you if they only had right here 107,000 shares available at the lowest price of the day and now only 109,000 shares, I want you to be aware that's the lowest price of the day and they've only got 109,000 shares. Up here, they had 1 million shares at 417. Got it? They had a million there, a million at 417. But you want to see something? None of that candlestick is dark colored. Everybody bought this on the ask there. Look up here. See the dark area of that candlestick? Everybody was selling there on the bid. Here, the dark area. Do you see how long it is? Everybody was selling there, the dark area, selling on the bid. They were throwing out the shares, throwing them out to the bid, throwing them out to the bid. Here they threw out that many to the bid. Here they threw out that many to the bid. Down here, they threw out that many to the bid. But down here, every freaking single share has been bought on the ask. Every freaking one of them has been bought on the ask. Only this candlestick just now had darkness on it right there. See that? 411. This is the only ones right here that have been sold on the bid. And I'm going to get a 408 buy right now, I promise you. If they throw it out, I got it. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah, baby. Come to Papa, baby. Come to Papa. Nice. I'm going to buy this at the low of the day, no matter what. I guarantee you, I'm going to buy it at the low of the day, no matter what price it is. I just bought it at 405. And that's going to be it, folks. Congratulations if you just bought SIDU at those prices right there. All right. And now I got to get logged in over here. And all I can say, folks, is I hope to God that they don't shut off my stream again when I do this. So you guys please hold here a moment, and I'm going to get this passcode from off my phone, and then I'm going to hopefully be back to do the stream unless YouTube decides to cut me off again today. Hey, I'm back. What do you know? What do you know? Let's buy some stock here. So I'm coming in on SIDU right here on my other account, and I'm going to be buying right now. Here I am right here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm coming in on SIDU, and I'm going to be buying just 5 shares at a time. And I want to try to buy it at the low of the day, 505. I see the low was 505, so I'm going to try to buy there, review order, and place it. And then I'm also going to try to buy 506. We'll go in for 10 shares at 506. I'm sorry, 406, not 406, 406. And I see their game, so I'm just going to go 408 because I want to say I bought this at 408 a share. And my order status says I just filled that. 40758. Well, I want to thank you, market makers, for that. And I see that it doesn't look like you're going to be able to muster up another 405. And I appreciate that you gave me those at 40758. And now I'm going to still, as I said, hope to get a 405 buy. But it looks as though their contentment is just to get a 408 buy in here before they let it run. So I'm going to go over here and change this one at 405. Well, I won't change it. I'll just duplicate this order. And I'll go 408 again for 10 shares. Review order. And I see the ask is now 407. So I'll go there, 407. And I'm buying SIDU. Review order and place it. And I just got a 4065. And that's very cool. I appreciate that, market makers. And 4065. Let's see if we can get now. And we're trying for 405 now. 405. And unfortunately, I think it's done. And you can see not only am I buying with my paper money account over here, trying to buy the low of the day, 405, but be nice to see them take it even lower if they could, but I don't think they got it in them. I think they're pretty much fizzled out here. Short of the $4 mark. They missed it, folks. And as I said, I'm trying to put my bid in here at 405. The time is 1:11 in the afternoon. See no reason for anybody have any more interest to sell 405, apparently. And it looks as though they're having a tough time even holding 406. So I'm going to come up here, change this order to 407 minimum because that's all I'm going to get. They're not going to get 405. Review order and place it. And I don't want to miss 4066. So let's see if I got 4066. I got a 4065. Nice. And you might want to look over here and take note of how many shares they're selling here at 40601 and 40659. One share, 5 shares, 5 shares. Up there she goes, 1075. And there will be no more 4065s. Bye bye, 4065. Drove your Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. And as for 406, well, you can kiss it goodbye. And that'll be the day the shorts all cry. Ladies and gentlemen, 407 is nothing. They're going for 408. And if you just bought at 4065 with me twice, congratulations. And that's the end of that. And now the bid has gone over 408. And adios, amigos. Hasta luego, baby. She's out of here. Congratulations. If you just bought with me at 406 a share and 405, 406.5, thank you very much for whoever gave those away. I want to thank you very much, whoever gave me those shares at 406 and a half. And the stock that we're trading now is SIDU, and we are acquiring it at 406.5. Very nice. 406, 407s, and now the bid is 409. And that's the end of that game, folks. The 408 has ended. And that's the 408, folks. They just got it. This is what I told you they were aiming for. I said it about 20, 30 minutes ago. I said, well, I'm just going to go down to 408 and get me some of that. So I did, and congratulations if you bought some. They're below 408. That's a good spot. Once they broke 420, I know they were going for 413. And then once they broke 413, I know they were going for 408. And they just did. So yes, I did buy some at 414, but I knew if they could break 413, they would go to 408. So that's why I just bought there at 406.5. So anyway, that's it for that. It's done. There's no more running this down. They got everybody leached out of it they could. They triggered the 20% stop losses. They got it to fall 25%. That is a perfect place to get in on a stock that's been done a public share offering. And I got news for you. If you think this stock is done, then you'd be highly mistaken, because as we go now, from now until the SpaceX IPO, the price of this stock is probably just going to continue to rise and rise on that energy of the SpaceX IPO. And I could be wrong, folks, but I don't think so. From Dark to Light says, I bought a lot. Yep. Yep. Aaron says, RUM. We'll take a look at it. Aaron, okay. RUM. RUM. Well, my thoughts are it's at the high of the day and you probably should sell it there. uh, I sell on the strength of a stock. And let's take a look at the longer term chart on this RUM. Yeah, this is a no doubt high of the day sell number. And if you don't believe me, then let me show you the numbers on my buy sell sheet. And those numbers up here are sell the 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Sell every one of those increments. And I'm telling you now, you should have just sold at all those numbers right there. You should have sold there right here when it got to this number. You should have been selling all these numbers up here. All right. 712, 713, 714, 715. You should have sold there. Your pullback now will be down to a minimum from the 715 of 708. From 715, you get to a minimum of 708, and you may even get to as low as 701. Oh, it just hit 701. It just hit 701. So, and you could even see a 697 here right now. 697 is very easily doable. 697, 698. As a matter of fact, rum. I'm going to show you how to day trade this now. And you want to buy right here, 697, 698. And they've already driven it back up now, but now you know why you wanted to sell that 715. Look, they drove it down 13 cents to 701. Man, you got to sell that in those numbers. You've got to sell those numbers, man. And they drove it all the way back down to 701 just then afterwards. So that's why I told you when you first pointed it out, man, if you got this, you should be selling it right now, my friend. I showed you the buy sell sheet. And if interesting, if you look at the buy sell sheet, what does it say? It says over here, if you sell the 14 and 15 and 16 and 17, your buyback is at as low as 01, 07, 08. And it just hit 01, the exact number. It hit the number 01 just then. I showed it to you. I saw it. And they're going to go for 01 again now, right here. After you just sold the 7, 13, 14, and 15, you're back at 701. And the minimum 708 is what my sheet says. But you can definitely get as low as 701. And listen, from the 720, you better sell 7, 18, 19, and 20, because from 720, it might go back to 688. I've seen that happen 1,000 times. From 720 to 688, or minimum 697 from 720. I've seen that hundreds of times. And 7020, actually the minimum is 708, 13 cents down from the 720, basically 12 cents down. So right now, it's going to go back up after you just bought 701, and the next place for you to sell is 717, 18, 19, and 20. And then it'll pull all the way back down to 708 again. All right? You'll see. Just watch. RUM. Thank you for calling that out, Aaron. Let's look at this on the longer chart, though. Let's look at RUM on a 20-day chart. Oh, man. Triple upside crossover. And also, I want to mention something. You know, right here, you can see the very first attempt to cross over the 200-day. They bought the current price over the green 200. Then they brought the 10-day orange over. Then they attacked it down. Here's a second to do a triple crossover right there. They attacked it down. Here they achieved a crossover of the current price and the 10-day once again, but they dragged it down. Here they got it down 5 days ago below the 200 in the after hours and the pre-market, and then it was over from that point on. And now, ladies and gentlemen, you can see porpoising, 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 the final drive this morning in the pre-market, and then off to the friggin' races, folks. And unfortunately, for those of you that own this, this is where you should have just sold it at the numbers on my buy sell sheet, 715. Because as you can see now, the price is 702. And from the 15, you can easily see 697. And I'm telling you right now, you're going to see a 697 or 693 even. Okay. Most likely, you're going to see 697 right now or 699 minimum, 699. Let me tell you why. Because options players do not want to be in the money over $7. So, as a matter of fact, I believe the RUM right now, the options players are going to run it back down to 690, 688 before the close. And I bet you that they're going to try to run it down to 688 at a quarter till 4 so they can hold it under $7 close. That is my guess. Even if it goes up over 7 now and they let it go up to 720, they're not going to want to let it get over 7 by the end of the day. And they don't want to be having to pay out over 7. So they're going to keep this under $7 by the end of the day. And like I said, even if they let it now go up to 711, 713, or 720, they're still going to bring it down at quarter till and try to keep it under $7. Don't mark my words, and you can just watch and see if I'm not right or wrong. And they may have started attacking it now for all I know, but they're going to take it down from this price to $6.90, 688, and try and fleece people out of it before the close so that they can get a 688 buffer to hold it under 7. Okay, that's what I'm guessing. Now, I could be wrong, but I don't think so. And your next prices to sell, if it keeps going up from here, are going to be 711, 713, 715, 717, 719, and 720. I'm telling you here and now, RUM. Here it is right now. And it's interesting. Look how they put that thing right up to 715. And then right there, you can just see. And the interesting thing about this is, too, ladies and gentlemen, all of these candlesticks are being bought on the ask. There's no darkness on any of these candlesticks. They're all being bought on the ask. All this is being bought on the ask. Everything just up there was bought on the ask to 715, all light. Where's the darkness on any of these candlesticks? Right here. Sold to the bid. Sold to the bid. Sold to the bid. Sold to the bid. Sold to the bid down here. Sold to the bid down here. All that sold to the bid. Here, everything bought on the ask. Everything bought on the ask. Yeah, everything bought on the ask there. No darkness on any of these candlesticks at the low of the day, 623. None. All buying. Everyone buying. Every share thrown out, bought on the ask. Right here was where the only dumping was going on, right here. 649 and 650. They were throwing out shares there because they wanted to hold it under 650, folks. And now they're going to want to hold it under 7. I'm telling you. They're going to want to hold it under 7. Well, watch and see if I'm right or not. Now let's go look at some other ones that have been called out today. And we're going to look at all these. We're going to look at CMND right now. And it is at 116 a share, where there has been 2,979,000 shares purchased. CMND up here at 117, there's been 2,171,000. I'm sorry, that is 117, 2,651,000. And 116 has gotten 2,979,000. So more shares bought here at this price than any other. And I'm going to try to buy there now. And this is CMND. I'll show it to you on the chart. CMND. There it is right there. CMND. And folks, this thing's about to experience a triple upside crossover right now. Okay. And this has got a blue back red belly right now. CMND, folks. And a green top here. 5 days rising. I like it. CMND. I'm glad I just bought it there. CMND. CMND. This stock was called out early this morning by Jay Watson, called out by Rolando, and also called out by Raymond. CMND. And I just bought it at $1.155. CMND. And this is a triple upside crossover. The current price, the 10-day average, and the 50-day average about to cross the 200-day. And look at this green candlestick. If that flat tops right now, this thing's going to go off, folks. CMND, if this green candlestick flat tops right here with no wick on the top, it's going off. It's going to go off, folks. CMND. This stock was on everybody's radar this morning. CMND. Jay called it out, Rolando called it out, and Raymond called this stock out. And I just bought it there, CMND. I like it at 117, bid 117, ask 118. And folks, it's flat topping right now. This stock is about to flat top on this cylinder. There it is, and there is no wick on it at all. This looks very good for CMND. Very good. Very strong signal here. Very strong signal, folks. And on that candlestick, there was all buyers, very few sellers, 0% on the sell. Now only 7% of this candlestick is a sell, folks. I'm telling you right now, man, there's no selling on this. This is all buying happened here. CMND. And look at that flat top green. Oh my gosh, no wick on it at all. Just rising, folks. CMND. Bid now is 118, ask is 119. And I like it a lot. CMND. That's probably my biggest, nicest looking chart right now. Bid is now 119 and ask is 120. Good call out there, Jay and Jay Watson, Rolando, Raymond. Good call out. I like it a lot right now. It looks very strong this afternoon. CMND. Next, called out by Jay Watson, PBM. And others called this out too. PBM. Holy Toledo. Wow. PBM. Man, that was a great call, you guys, this morning. Jay Watson. Wow. Nice. PBM. Nice call, and congratulations to you on that one. That's another one that is going through the roof, folks. PBM. Now, it is getting pulled back. That's not a flat top on this. That's not a flat top on this. So they are trying to dissuade it a little bit. Look at the buyers versus sellers right now on that. In the last, every one of these is a 1 hour candlestick. And there are way more buyers, way more buyers, way more buyers than sellers. Twice as many on this last candlestick in the last hour. And this is PBM, folks. Yike. PBM getting on out of here. This one was also called out yesterday in the pre-market here. It got belittled all afternoon, but wow, look at that thing go now. PBM, folks. PBM called out early this morning by Jay Watson. He's on a roll. He's got two of them now, CMND and PBM on a roll. Next, Joey B called out ATAI. ATAI. Ah, little pullback now on it. Lunchtime low, maybe. You got some heavy selling against it over this hour in the pre-market, then the hour after the open, then some buying from 10:30 to 11:30, then selling 11:30 to 12:30, 12:30 to 1:30. Just a bunch of selling here going on right now. And this is on ATAI, up 25% today. ATAI, up 25%. Okay. All right. Next, Nouveau Music called out BATL. And that thing has just been trounced over the last week, completely collapsing down, 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 down. And let's look at the 1 day now. And it actually looks like it might be ready to start springboarding right this second. Yes. Wow. And look at that. That's an unenveloped. This is a flat top green right here, and then an unenveloped green here. Flat top all the way, unenveloped. Not even, wow, totally unenveloped candlestick right there. Look at that, folks. A flat top now. They just tried to run it down to there, and it jumped back to the middle. And this is BATL up 11% right now. And that looks very strong right now. BATL. Look at the buyers coming in. Man, these two candlesticks don't have any sellers in them hardly at all. You got a lot of volume starting to come in. BATL, folks. BATL. I like to look at this right now, big time, folks. Just look at that thing. BATL. Wow. Nouveau Music. What a great call. And let's look at the longer term 20-day chart on this. And it has just been getting trounced and beaten and slaughtered down. Finally comes off of a line right here that they were using as resistance many times. Once resistance to the jump, once again resistance right over here, resistance to the fall, resistance to the fall, and again today, resistance to the fall right there. BATL, there's the 20-day chart. And folks, this thing's working on a possible triple upside crossover of the 200-day average. Right now, the current price is crossing the 200, and they're going to fight this, folks. And the 5-day and 10-day just crossed over the 50-day. And everything is moving up, folks. Everything there. The 50 days rising, the 10 days rising, the 5 days rising. And it has a very light wick on the top of this candlestick going over the 200. In fact, it has a flat top now, no wick at all. Up 11%. The bid's 341. Ask is 342. I like it. I like it a lot. BATL, good call there. Nouveau Music, good one. Next, we're going to look at TOVX. I like that BATL a lot. Oh, TOVX, looking good, folks. Look at that thing springboarding right now. Look at the 5-day just crossed the 10-day. Look at the 45 rising off the 50. Look at the rising 200. Man, a lot of these stocks are starting to look real good. This one is up 78% today. So a little bit risk there because they're up so much. And they could do one of those nasty reverse splits and get them over $1 or over $2. So be careful, TOVX. It might be at its 52-week high. Let's look at the 180-day. Oh, yeah. Be very, very, very cautious here, folks. I'm going to warn you now. They're at 46 cents and they want to get relisted with the NASDAQ. They can do a reverse split right now when they're up 76%. No problem. Let's go see if they've done reverse splits before. This is my reverse split site. It's on Seeking Alpha. And HUBC, well, I tell you what, they have been known for doing reverse splits. That's why I sold them today. And I made $1,000 on this stock January 16th. And then 4 months later, they did another one. Oh, my God, reverse splits. And that's why I sold it immediately this morning when I saw I was up so much. Sold HUBC. I'm out. But now let's go over and look at the one that I just called up. And that is TOVX. Do they do a lot of reverse splits or have they? Oh, yes, they do. Living off of their shareholders. But fortunately, they've spaced it out 207, 2007, 2018. That's 11 years. Then this is 4 years after. And then 2 years after. Oh, man. Reverse split, reverse split, reverse split, reverse split. 1 for 3, 1 for 35. God, 1 for 10 and 1 for 25. All trying to keep getting their price over $1, which they can't hold it. I'm warning you, people. Their price is 81% up today. This is probably the 52-week high, and they're still below $1. Be careful. This stock is primed for doing a reverse split right now to get over $1. And they don't just do 1 for 2 or something like that. The last time, 1 for 25. That means for 25 shares that you're holding, they're only going to give you 1. Yeah. If you've got 100 shares, you're going to end up after the split with 4 shares. If you've got 100 shares after this split right there, you end up with 4 freaking shares out of 100 that you were holding. You got 4. Welcome to the I just got screwed big time. I'm warning you guys with this stock here, TOVX, watch out for a reverse split today after the market closes. All right. If I were you, I'd sell that so fast. Marty, watch out, Marty. Marty called this one out this morning. All right. Be careful, folks. There's the stock right now. And yep, it looks like it's going through the roof. But I'm telling you, man, after this market closes, watch out. Watch out. Be careful. TOVX. Never a good idea to buy a stock up anyway, 82%, because the downside risk is well outplayed by the upside potential, folks. All right, let's take a look at another one Marty called out today, CANG. But Marty, congratulations on the getting in on that on the low this morning. You should sell it now, I would suggest. And wow, look at them decimate this stock this morning that they ran up in the pre-market. Man, we've seen this a lot lately, folks. They run them up, run them up, run them up, buy them all, buy them all. Everybody jump on board and then sell them all dang day. Just short the position when they get everyone in it and then just take the carpet right out from under them. And we've seen this a lot lately, folks. CANG, called out by Marty this morning. Next, FCHL. Another one called out by Marty, FCHL. Oh my gosh, look at that. Same dang thing. Same dang thing, man. Run it up in the pre-market and sell it all damn day. Run it up right out of the gate. Buy all the shares are available and then sell them the rest of the day. Be careful of this ploy that's happening a lot lately, folks. A lot of buying and accumulating and building the position and then short it and then sell all those shares all day. Buy it up in the morning, pre-market, short it there, take it out of the gate, buy it even more, buy every share there is, then short the position and sell it all day. Sell it all day. FCHL. Okay, we're trying to get across this whole list here. Now one Tony Henry called out SPRC. And I had an italics beside this one, SPRC, because it looked good to me this morning. Let's see what it looks like now. SPRC. Ah, yeah, buy it on the friggin' 200, buy it on the 200, buy it on the 200 nearly, buy it just below the 200, steadily rising 200, steadily rising 50 day. This is SPRC. This one was called out on someone's radar this morning, Tony Henry. It could be a good place to pick up a share or two here, right under this 200 day here, right before the 2 o'clock hour. Watch this one close, guys, because it could bounce off this 200 now and go right on off. SPRC, it's up 2.94%. And of course, they've driven it down to one of their favorite numbers. 455 is the bid. And 462 ask. That's so they can get a 460 buy on this, folks. They want to accumulate this at 460. And I'm going to buy it, SPRC. I'm coming in on this now, SPRC. And oh my gosh, just look at all the shares that have been bought at 455 already. Golly, I'm in. And I just bought 450. And that happens to be very sweet. 450 is sweet, especially with them trying to sell at ask price of 455. SPRC. And again, I want you to look at it on the chart. SPRC. And the reason that they have it here is because they don't want this to close over 450 a share. And they'll stick with this as long as they can to hold this at 450. So I'm going to come in again here to try to trade this again. And I'm going to be buying at market here, folks. And this is SPRC, folks, that I'm buying. And I'm buying buy at market. And I just filled again at 450 a share. Nice. SPRC. And I think this is a good place to buy it because I just looked at the chart and they sure have monkeyed this thing around a lot today. Herking and jerking and herking and jerking and herking and jerking and herking and jerk and herk and jerk and herk and lunchtime low right there. Buy it just below the 200. Same thing they did yesterday at lunchtime. Notice what they did yesterday. Notice the big yank down to the 200 right there midday yesterday, early morning. Well, there it is again. Same thing. Hey, it worked well for them yesterday, didn't it? Look how far they could run it up after they got people out yesterday in the midday. They know this. They're fleecing out retailers by doing the herk and jerk and herk and jerk and herk and jerk and herk. They know that fleeces out retail, and then they're going to bounce on it, pounce on it, buy it up like I just did, and run this thing right off this 200 through the roof. It'd probably go all the way back up to this price. 615 now. Man, they're masters of this. They know this fleeces out all the retailers, this kind of activity. They know that they can't stick with it. They got beat up there, then down, then up, then down, then up, then down. And man, that just creates a big gap right here. And right now, when the price gets back up to here, it's going to gap up like it did there, and like it did there, and like it did there, and like it did here, and like it did here. So watch it, folks, because it's a rising 200. And the last time this thing gapped off this line and went up to there, the 200 was way down here. You see that? Let me make sure you understand this. Take a look at this line. Okay? Please understand this. The last time that this price dropped to that line twice, it shot all the way up to there. Then it came up to that line and stopped and went down. Then up to that line and stopped and down. Then up she goes. So again, they're on the same damn line right here that they were this morning. I mean, yesterday afternoon near the closing when they ran it down from there. Yet last evening, Friday evening when they drove it down from there. Friday after hours, they drove it down to that line. And just now, again, they drove it to the same damn line. They know this line is a line of resistance. See how it stopped there and dropped? See how they dropped it there and then it popped? They already know this is a primo line for them. And so if they dropped it to here once and dropped it to there twice, and that was the bottom, they already know this is the bottom again right now. They know it. The market makers know it, folks. These market makers, they're not stupid. When you see them in a certain point, run it down to a certain line and bounce off that, you better go back and look at history and see why they did it. Because here they stopped it there. Here they dropped it once to there, twice to there. Here they stopped it from rising there. Here they tried to jog it before it took off. And here now they jerk it down to that same line for the final time, folks. And I want you to notice something. From off this line, how far did it drop compared to how high it rose? Right here, how far did it drop compared to how high it rose? Right here, how far did it drop compared to how high it rose? From right here, how far did it drop compared to how high it went? So here, how far will it drop compared to how high it goes? Does this make sense to everybody? From this line, it's only dropped that far. And from this line, it did drop in the early 4 o'clock in the morning down to there, but that's just because everybody's sleeping and there's no resistance. There's low volume. And so this happens in the cover of darkness, this shit here. And this is done by 1 and 2 shares and 3 shares back and forth to each other to get to that number. But I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, please be aware right here that this price dropped from here to that line when the 200-day was down here. And now they've dropped from the same area to the same line, but the 200 is up here now, folks. Are you understanding me? Here they dropped the 5-day from that line, the same day the 5-day was there. The 5-day, they dropped it from there to there with the 200 way down here. Now they dropped the 5-day from the same exact point right here. They dropped that 5-day and they hit right at the 200-day. Here they dropped that 5-day to here, the same line, and the 200 is way down here. Now they make the same equal drop, but the 200 is on the line. They're on the 200 for God's sake. All right? That's the difference. So what I'm trying to get you to understand is when they were able to drop it from here, the 5-day, and I'm going to put a line for the 5-day so you can see what I mean. All right, here it is, the 5-day. There it is. Right there. There. So here, the 5-day line is the light blue one. It stopped right there. And then it dropped down to this 2 lines. And here, the 5-day again comes to that line and drops to here. But the difference is these are not similar because this drop from here to there, all right, that drop from where the 5-day drop from there to there happened with the 200 far below. And now they're dropping it to the same point, but the 200 is higher than that now. The 200's over it, see? It can't stay here. Folks, if it bounced off the friggin' thing here on a double tata and went up to there, what's it going to do from here now with the 200 having risen from this point up to here, folks? What is it likely going to do here? Do you think it's really going to drop any further when they double tata it here with the 200 down here rising? Do you think it's going to drop any further than this, where it dropped twice to there and then shot all the way up to $6.15? Folks, just use your noggin, okay? Here they dropped the 5-day, that's this light turquoise line from there to this red line of resistance twice. But the 200 was way down here. Now they make the same drop, the exact same drop to the exact same point, but the 200 has moved all the way up to here and is above this line now, above this line, folks. By the way, the next place of resistance is going to be right here. When it makes its move, it's going to this price right there. And the next one's going to be up here. When it makes its next move, it's going to be from here. Oh, man, put a line there. Come on. There. That's the next resistance point. Right there. Right there. There. So take this line off here. There we go. And move this down. Right to there. Now, the real line is going to be where this white line, the 5-day went to, and that line is really right there. So there's your one line of resistance. There's your second line of resistance right there. So from right here, don't be surprised if it doesn't go all the way back up. Hit this line for a brief pullback, then run all the way up to there, folks. All right, that's my call. And I could be wrong, but I don't think so. because this 200 is steadily rising, folks. Steadily freaking rising. Yep. And the 50 and 45 are way, way above the current price. They're up here overhead. Let's look at this at a 20-day chart. Yeah, oh man. Triple upside crossover on the 20-day chart, folks. Look at this current price in the 5 and 10-day cross the 200 so fast that they made the 200 make a 90-degree turn. Almost 90-degree turn on the, it's a 45-degree turn for sure. 45 degrees. 45-degree turn of the 200-day they crossed over so aggressively. And then the 50-day came over. Yike. Man. The only line falling is the shortest two terms, the 5 and 10-day right now. The 45 and 50 are rising. The 200 is rising. The only thing falling right now is the shortest term lines, the 5-day and 10-day. All right, I'm just showing it. I'm the one provides, and you decide. I provide, you decide. SPRC called out this morning by Tony Henry. Next, DGXX. Called out by Tony Henry this morning. Man, look at that beautiful stock, Tony. Nice. That one looks good. DGXX, everyone. And right now, there's nothing but real buyers. There's buyers coming in very steadily on this. DGXX, it looks strong. That was a great call out right there. That was a good one by you there, called out this morning. DGXX called out by Tony Henry. He also called out, nope, this is ENVB, called out by One Love. ENVB. ENVB. Trying to suppress it now here midday, huh? Hit a high of 543. Well, you know to sell there, 543. Look here on my buy sell sheet. These numbers are clear as a bell right here in the middle. Sell the 43 and 44. Those are sells. Those are always sells, folks. 43, 44. Sell it. Sell it there, folks. 43 is an always sell number. 43 and 44. I've even started selling 42 now because it's such a common number. But this chart does look good, and the volume's getting less and less, trying to whittle it down. Started with a lot of volume here right at lunchtime, little half the volume there. Again, very little volume, very small volume, attempting to keep a thumb on ENVB here, up 113% today. Closed yesterday, and today's price now $3.90 a share, up 114%. And is it safe to buy it at 388? Well, you probably can sell it at 420. It already hit $5.43 in the pre-market, or right at the opening, 543. Looks like it might be another case of just buying it all pre-market, and just buy the shit out of it and buy, and then short it and sell it all day long and kill the retailers. This is happening with a lot of stocks now. Be careful, folks. They're doing this a lot. Run up pre-markets and then sell all day. Yep, I've seen it a lot. ENVB. Next, ARTL. ARTL called out by WeVestors. And they're slaughtering this one, folks. It still is at 3.5%. ARTL. Let's look at the chart. The 1 day. Man, they're just coming after this, and they've got their suppression levers on. They are just forcing this down like an anti-gravity here. Forcing every time they try to push the two magnets together, they just repel each other, repelling. So that one, no, ARTL, I'm sorry, that one's been too heavily aimed after. Now WLDS, we just did a public share offering. And there is your collapse of WLDS after a public share offering. Next, DIDU, called out by Gary Inwards. I'm not sure this is a stock. No, it is not. So I messed up on that. It must just mean something. I don't know what it means. Did you? Must have been what he meant to say. Did you? All right. Emmanuel called out ONDS today. ONDS. And could be a good spot right here, right underneath that 200 right there. Looks good, man. Boy, look at him march that thing down and bounce it off the 200 once, bounce it off the 200 at lunchtime, bounce it just below the 200 here right before 2 o'clock. ONDS could be a good move. Let's look at it on the 20-day. Man, I like it, man. Hey, we're coming into a region here. I've already mapped this out. Once it broke over there, I told you it could go all the way up to there. And look, it broke it, folks, and it went all the way up to that one. I told you if it got over this line, this was a critical line for ONDS. And now the 5-day broke over it. So there should be no stopping this. There never has in this region. There's never been any resistance. Well, there's one line right there, a line of resistance right there. That is it. Oh, yeah, there's a line right there. You can clearly see the 5-day average came up and then pulled down to right there and then went up again. So there's a line of resistance for sure right there at that point. There should be another line I should have put in there, so I'm going to now. All right. Right there. Okay. So now you can see right up here this little V on the 5-day, that's a point of resistance. And sure enough, today they're getting close to it. And if they can go over that, it should go right on up. Okay. This 5-day is the one you're watching. When it gets to there, you should sell. Because over here, that became a big point of resistance right there. See that? And I have another one that's right here, as you can see, which is this line right here. There's a point of resistance right there. That's why I have a line there as well. And honestly, this line here, it should be slightly lower. It should be down about right there. Because there's where they dropped it to, right there, and then off she went. So there's a line of resistance here. There's a line of resistance there. And then this thing goes up to there. And if it breaks there, it goes to there. If it breaks there, it goes to the moon. All right. So this 5-day average, if it comes over that line and that one and that one and that one, and then crosses that, it's gone. The stock is gone. And this price line is at $11.18. 11.18. Make it 11.20, folks. 11.20. So this is ONDS up 6.15% right now today. ONDS, and here it is on the 1-day chart. And I like it there, folks. I really like that double Tata ONDS. And when I highlight this, there's a lot of green coming in here, folks. There's a lot of red mixed in there with it, but there's more green buyers there, more sellers there, more buyers there, way more sellers 2-to-1, more buyers 3-to-1 almost, more sellers barely, more sellers barely. Now it's becoming more buyers and it's crossing, folks. And this is the stock right here. There it is. And it's got a flat top green there. And this is ONDS. And that is the definition of consolidation. This is the definition of consolidation, capitulation, and convergence right there. That's it, folks. They consolidated it, they capitulated it, they converged it, and off it goes. ONDS, folks. I'm just telling you about it. I provide, you decide. ONDS. And I'll tell you, I think it was a buy at 10.55 a share, 10.56. ONDS. And now it's at 10.61, 10.62. That's a good one there. I like that one. Emmanuel called that out earlier. Now Poet, Poet. And boy, howdy, again, this is also the definition of capitulation, consolidation, and convergence. It is the absolute, absolute, absolute. And generally, all of those words, consolidate, capitulate, and converge, favor longs. They favor longs, people. So watch this one, up 17.5% today. 853 bid, 854 ask. And man, that thing has been completely consolidated, capitulated, and converged. I mean, and they're consolidating it, folks. That's consolidation. And listen, I'm telling you, out of all those C words, consolidation, capitulation, and convergence favor longs. It should go up from here. Now, let's look at the long term chart, 20-day. Oh, yeah. This is, oh, yeah. There's, oh, my. That looks very good. Hey, I like this pick a lot. Who called this? POET. Man, oh man, that looks good. VZ, Rover, and Rudiggity. Dang, that looks good. POET. Oh, my. And look at that candlestick up there. It's a flat top green now with no wick on it at all. POET. Whoa, that's the one, folks. And oh, by the way, I just purchased SIDU over here. You can see SIDU and my fill orders, my buy fill orders, and I just got it at 406, 406 and a half, 406 and a half. Now sitting at 413, 414 ask. All right. I told you there was no way it was going to go to $2. I told you, not going to happen. Not going to go down over 100% on a public share offering of a space stock. And folks, it's going to keep going up as we get closer and closer to the SpaceX IPO. That's my call on SIDU, and I could be wrong, but I don't think so. But this is one of the best looking charts of today's action, POET. Ladies and gentlemen, I like it a lot. Let's go see what the news is and why they're moving. POET. 10:30 this morning. Nectar Therapeutics, Compass Pathways, Scylla Reality Trust, and other big stocks moving higher. Go down here. Poet shares rose 17%. No reason why. They don't say why. Yep, Poet shares. No news. No news that I can find on that. But I'm telling you, man, that's a good looking chart right there. POET, that looks good. And the price 854 or 855, if they run it down to that, which they did, the price earlier was 938. And guys and gals, if you're members of this channel, you know to sell 938. Look at the buy sell sheet here. What does this number say? Right in the middle of your screen. Sell, people. Sell the 37 and 38. Everybody who's on this channel knows that is a sell number, 37, 38. So if you own this stock, you knew you should have sold there, or at least you should have, because you are a member of this channel and you know that the 38 is a sell number, folks. Regardless if it's $1.38 or $9.38, you're selling there, folks. 937 and 38 are always sells. 933 would have been good, and 931 would have been starting sells. And then 937 and 38. You got to sell those numbers. You got to. And then you could have bought it back afterwards at $8.48. 90 cents lower if you'd have just sold that number on my buy sell sheet. 90 cents below, you could have bought it. Nice. All right. POET. Thank you for calling that out. And now we're going to look at a stock called out about an hour ago by Don Wildolt, VSA. And there it is there. It looks extremely strong. Don, sorry I missed this one an hour ago. Jeez, I might have bought in on that triple crossover. Well, it's actually a double crossover. It's actually a double crossover. Ah, I got logged out of this one. I'm all right. I'm all right on it. I already bought the low on this anyway, so I'm okay. Don't need to get back in on that right now. I'm already in on the low. And this is VSA. And this was called out about an hour and a half ago by Don Will Dolt. And a great call there, Don. Congratulations to you. Congratulations, Don. All right. I'll get to your guys' call outs, but give me a minute here. All right, Nouveau Music. Okay, I got a lot of call outs. People are just calling out, shouting out stock after stock after stock after stock here. So sorry, guys. It gets hard to keep up with all this. It really does. It really does. It gets very hard to keep up with all these shout outs. All right, so we're going to look at CAR. And I mean, look at this sheet today. I mean, it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 20, 26 stocks, guys. It's tough, man. Okay. And to trade at the same time, it really almost becomes impossible to do. Mike Larson got it. MISE, Amato, Jimenez, ZSPC, Aaron Grubworm. Thank you, ZSPC. Okay. Reverse split. Okay. Thank you for that. Happy Boy says check out BB. All right. All right. So we're getting close to getting done with all these checkouts. Shout outs. Hold on a second here. We're going to go to the 1-day chart and we're going to look now at CADL, called out by Double K this morning. CADL. And I love it. I like it a lot. It is now bouncing right off the 200, perfectly right there at 1 o'clock, bouncing right off the 200. CADL up 16% today. 744 is a good place to buy if they had it up to 766. 22 cents down to probably 738 right there, I bet you. 742. So they just reached a 742 right there on CADL. And this is what it looks like on the 20-day chart. CADL. Wow. Holy crap. Hey, listen, folks, every single long-term average line on this stock is rising. The 5-day, the 10-day, the 45-day, the 50-day, the 200. Holy crap. CADL. Man, I love it. I'm buying this. CADL. And I'm buying here. That is a killer looking chart. And there's a lot of buyers with confidence way over this price where it is now. There's a lot of buyers who've already bought way up here, folks. There's a whole bunch of believers in this stock right up here, a bunch of them. So that's why I'm buying right there now. And let me find something that has a little bit of value to it I can sell here and make some money on. Hey, IBRX. That's a good one to sell right now. Up nicely. IBRX. Oh, yeah. I'm going to sell this right now. I've got 130 shares, so I'm going to sell right here, 100. And IBRX, I'm up on it right now, $79.45 is how much I'm up on it. And I'm going to be selling IBRX. And here's what I'm going to do. Sell 20 here at 618, 20 at 620, 20 at 621, 22, 24, 25. And my thing is going to ring every time one of these sells here. And I'm going to be ringing my register every time. So I got 20, 40, 60, 80, 120. And I've got 130 shares here. So I'm going to go one more, 10. There we go. Ring my bell, baby. Ring my bell. And I'm going out for 10 more right there. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be selling all through this region. And as I do, this thing is going to go ding, 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 ding. And I'm selling the stock IBRX. IBRX is what I'm selling here. All right, let's take a look at CAR. We did CADL, right? Let me make sure I already did CADL. Yep, we did CADL, and I love it. CADL looks very good here, folks. And I'm telling you, man, looking at this 10-day CADL, folks, wow. Holy crap, man. That thing is launching. CADL. And I'm going to trade here again on CADL. Enter. I want to buy it here. It's already rising. So I'm going to go 10 more here at 747, 10 more at 740. And where's the bid down here? Yeah, the bid all the way down here at $7.31. What's that ridiculousness? Look at this sell order here. What is this 100 at 730 bullshit? All right. Well, I'm just going to buy 10 at market right now and see what it feels at. CADL. And I just filled at 748. So I just filled right here at 748. CADL. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm buying this stock because the chart looks friggin' awesome on it. Okay, period. And there's been a lot of buyers already over this price. So my belief is and as you can see down here, if you'll just look at what I'm looking at here, it'll maybe make sense to you. Notice how many shares were traded at 743, 182,000. Here, they couldn't get as many. They could only get at 744, 173,000. So they were able to get 182,000 at 743 and then only 173,000 at 744. Then 262,000 here and then only 227,000 here. Now you know why I'm buying here. Does it make sense? Here, how many have they got? 102,000. So they can only get 80,000 more there, and then they're going to jump up from there. And then once they go past here, they're going to get to they're already at 170,000 there, so they're going to go over that. And then they were here at 136 and 127, 150, 180, 250, 180. Well, they're already way over this 173 number here. So they're going to go over all these numbers, folks. I'm telling you, this thing this afternoon is going to run all the way up to here this afternoon. And by 4 o'clock, the price is going to be sitting at $7.62 a share. That's my call. That's my call. Look at all the green over here buying at this price. Look at that. There's not a friggin' sell in there, folks. There ain't one damn sell in here. Not one. Not a single sell there. And now you jump up to 744, 745, 746, 747. Are you seeing 748? I just said it was going to jump over all those, and it's doing it right now. It just went over all those numbers right there. And I just called it, folks, that it was going to do that. And now it's going to go beyond all these numbers. It's going to go all the way up to this price, $7.62. You just watch it, folks. You watch it. You watch it happen. Oh, it's going to happen, all right. Because all this shit is oversold. Everything up here is completely oversold. And you can tell that because look at all the dark area of that candlestick oversold there. Look at all the dark area sold to the bid on that one. See that? Look at the dark area sold to the bid from there to there. And it's already risen above that. Look at the dark area here oversold. And this is the light area, which pushes it up. Look here, the dark area was from here to there. And there's no darkness really here. There's none. And watch it go, folks. It's going to go right past this one, and this one. Look at the dark area sold and the light area buying on the ask. It's going to go over all these, folks. It's going to go over all of them. I'm calling it right now, and you can see it happening with your own two eyes. You can see it happening with your own two eyes. All right. So let me look at these other ones. But this looks fabulous right here, folks. This stock looks fabulous where I just bought it. This is CADL, ladies and gentlemen. I like it a lot. Called out by Double K and WeVestors. CADL. Now we're going to look at all these other ones called out. RUM. RUM. Up 10% today. 697, 698. Well, I already told you guys to sell this at 715, and I told you if you did, you could buy it back below 6, and I was right. 697. I even called the number 697. I told you could buy there. I told you could. RUM. And boy, they're trying to hold this under 7, but they're having a hard time. RUM looks good, folks. So I'm going to come in here at 697, 698, 699. I just bought it at 699 and I'm buying RUM. RUM. Okay. Next stock. CAR called out. And we're going to go to the charts. CAR. But folks, this CADL, look at that thing, man. It looks ready to freaking launch. CADL, look at the 45 days separating from the 50-day. Look at that 200-day rising. Every single long-term moving average is rising, folks. All of them. CADL, it's my favorite looking chart right now of all. I'll just tell you that. Now CAR. The hell is this thing doing? CAR. Oh man. Oh. Hey folks, buy it on the 50. Buy it on the 50. Buy it below the 50. Buy it right on the 50. Buy it on the 50. Buy it the 50. Buy it the 50. Buy it the 50. Buy it the friggin' 50, folks. All right. Oh man, that is a hot looking chart there. And unfortunately, it's at the high of the day, $573 a share. And that's a sell number, folks. Listen, that is a sell number. 73 is a sell. Look at my buy sell sheet. It says very clearly here, right over here, these are sells. 72 and 73 are sells. 72 and 73 are sells, people. Please don't make a mistake. Don't make a mistake here. Don't make a mistake. Those are sells. You need to sell right there. 572 and 573, folks. Take my word for it. It's going to go back down to 550 or 555. That's a sell number, folks. 573 is a sell. Where is it right now? Already fell from 573 to 569. Well, that's only 6 cents. That's only 4 cents down. That's not enough, folks. 573 will almost always go to 560. 573, 72, 73, 572 and 73 will almost always go down to 560. And next we're looking at MYSE. MYSE. That's a good looking chart, but unfortunately, it's where you should have just sold it. MYSE. Oh my gosh. MYSE. Okay, I like the look of that too. That looks just like the other one. That looks just like CADL. It's just building a beautiful shoulder right here. Building a beautiful shoulder. And they tried to attack it down, and it responded very nicely and bounced right off that. They just tried to drop this price down to there, and that price was 350 a share, and it bounced right off 350 and went right back up here to this 5-day 355. And folks, that is a good number to buy because they were up here at 368. And I just bought RUM at 695. So they're pulling it down now, trying to hold it under 7 close. RUM is being taken down right now. They're trying to hold it under a $7 close. But this looks good, folks. This is MYSE. And if you look at the 20-day chart, that looks exceptionally good. Very, very strong. I like the look of it a lot. MYSE. It looks good, folks. It's getting some pressure right now to sell down. So they tried to take it down to the 10-day, but it bounced right back up. And I like it a lot. MYSE down 6.82% today. But I like the look of it. MYSE. Now we're going for a stock just called out. That was called out by Amado Jimenez, MYSE. I like it, Amado. I like it. DSPC called out by Aaron. Yep, Aaron Grubworm. ZSPC. Let's look at it. ZSPC. And that is a falling knife, and that has never ever been able to sustain any kind of a move up. Every single move up was deflated, depressed, beaten down, beat again, beat again, beat again, beat again, beaten severely when it tried to go over there, thrashed when it tried to go over there, and beaten again and beaten again, and it will continue to be doing that with a 200 that's just falling like a rock. I do not like that stock, ZSPC. Sorry, no sir. That is a 1 day in and out, and be glad you got it. And then get out, ZSPC. If you've made any money on this, get out, Aaron. Never try to catch a falling knife. And man, that stock has never, ever held any kind of a profit. Never, not once, and it's not going to, most likely. This is a trend that it can't get out of, and I would stay away from this falling knife. ZSPC. If you made money today, sell it and get out. Don't. It's never held anything. It's never held up. That is not the kind of chart you're looking for, my friend. Next, Happy Boy called out BB. BB. Blackberry, right? And that's a different chart there. See, that's the opposite. That's just the opposite. Looks good. I like it very much so. It looks very, very promising. I like it. It looks just like those other two I just called out. I just sold IBRX at 820. IBRX is on the run, folks. And I just sold it. IBRX is moving. All right. ACHR, okay. Thank you for telling us that. World Free Speech. Thank you very much. SIDU is rising. Oh, I knew it. I knew it would. I knew it would. Hey, I like this BB a lot. Good call out there. Happy Boy. It looks fabulous. Let's look at the 20-day. The 20-day chart. Yeah, it looks extremely strong here, folks. BB. Wow. BB, ladies and gentlemen. Already hit a high of 571 today, and they dropped it 30 cents to 544 from there. They dropped it about 27 cents down, and it really looks good, folks. BB, look at that friggin' 50-day and 45 change their angle. Look at the 45-day over the 50-day. Look at that 200. BB, damn. That looks strong, man. I'm going to put an asterisk beside that. Good call, Happy Boy. That thing looks awesome. And by the way, with that ZSPC, the person who called that out said they're going to be doing a reverse split. Got a reverse split coming. So that's probably not going to help them either with that reverse split. But BB looks extremely good there, folks. Now we're going to look at one called out by World Free Speech, ACHR. ACHR, here we go. And that looks awesome right now, too. Good call. Yep. ACHR, very nice move off that right there this afternoon. I like it a lot, ACHR. So I like that one too. Good call, World Free Speech. That looks superb right now. And let's go look at the 20-day on it. Oh, yeah. ACHR on the 180-day chart, ladies and gentlemen, has a triple upside crossover forming. ACHR. ACHR. My goodness, that looks good. ACHR. 5-day crossed over, 10-day crossed over. Now the 45 and 50 are rising upwards. Up comes the 5-day to cross the 10-day at the closing. Wow. Huh? Okay. Which park? The one that's to the left? Okay, I got you. I know where you're going, down to where the playground is. Isn't it cold out there? Okay. Where does one trade penny stocks? You can trade penny stocks on. I've sometimes bought into stocks below a certain amount. It depends on where they are in price. But I can tell you right now, I really like and I just sold IBRX at 821. And I just sold IBRX at 821. All right. And let's go look at the chart on IBRX that I'm selling right now. And I'm selling IBRX right now. IBRX. There it is. IBRX. And it is taking off, folks. IBRX. Wow. Nice. IBRX. If I go over here to trade and I look at IBRX, there it is. And I put my orders in and they're selling, folks. And I'm selling on this. I'm up right now. I'm up $66.75 and I'm selling IBRX. Just sold it up here. 620, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25 are waiting. And I'm probably going to sell all of those, folks. IBRX. They'll probably all sell. Matter of fact, I'm going to take that one out and that one out and that one out. And I'm going to come up here instead and do 827, 828, 829, 830. Yep. And I've only got 50 shares remaining. So I'm going to take that one out and we'll just do 10 shares all the way up to 830. All right. So that's where we're going to be selling that up here, 826. And I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to do 827. 827, 28, 29, and 30. That's where I'm going to be selling next. All right. And that is on the stock that has already been oversold here, completely oversold. Completely oversold, and it will go over this number, and these numbers will start filling. Most likely, folks, they're going to start filling. All right. And this is IBRX. IBRX. Okay, let's go over and take a look at now at our SIDU. Someone told me it was running. Looking now at the 1-day chart, SIDU. And it is running, folks. All right. And breaking over a line of resistance, should see no resistance now until we get up to this price. So I'm going to show you where the resistance will be next. There won't be any there. There may be a little tiny bit of resistance right there. There could be a slight smattering of resistance right here. And then there should be resistance at this level right here. And then there should be resistance at this level right there. Just a smidge right there. All right. So right now, as this price rises on up here, there should be no resistance till it gets to this price right there. So right now, this should go all the way up to there before it hits resistance. As you can see right there is a little bit even maybe. Yep, right there, there'll be one more line, maybe some resistance right here. Right there. But I'm going to tell you something, folks. If it breaks over this line right there, then it's going to go up to little resistance points all through here. And you can see where they are, every one of them. And when it gets past here, past this line, it's going to jump up to there. Okay. When it gets past this line, it's going to jump up to there. And when it gets past there, it's going to jump to right there. Right there is where it's going next. And then it'll go up to this line right here for sure. Right there. Right there. I missed it. Right there. There. Oh, come on. Put a friggin' line there. Oh, I've got a line there already. It's back. It goes back. I've already got a line there, and it goes all the way over here. And that line is the one up here. I'll move it over here where you can see it. I've already got a line sitting up there waiting right there. That is a line that should be moved down. So I'm going to take this line here, and I'm going to move it all the way down to where the resistance line is. Right there. Right there. That's it. Okay, so now we have it moved, and that's where the lines will be. Everywhere resistance was here and here and there and there and there will now be resistance as it rises. Okay. And if it doesn't stop there, then it's going to go to there. And if it doesn't stop there, it's going to jump up to there. And if it doesn't stop there, it's going to jump to there. And if it doesn't stop there, it will jump to here. Then it'll jump to there. And then it jumps way up. Okay. Then we're going to get into an area where there's no resistance whatsoever right here. None. No resistance, folks. SILO was called out. The second stock this morning called out by Nouveau Music. SILO. We'll go look at the 1 day chart. And it's still just bedredging along here. It's just slow and steady, slug pace here, slugging along. Just slugging along with a little herk and jerk and herk and jerk. That's right. Herk and jerk and herk and jerk and herk and jerk and herk and jerk, herk and jerk, herk and jerk, herk, 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 jerk, and just slowly rising on a 200 the whole freaking time. Yep. SILO. I can't tell you. It's like watching the grass grow, people. If you get in on this, there's no volume on it at all. It's got no volume, virtually none. No volume. There's just no volume at all. It's just herking and jerking along, just slugging it out. No, don't expect any radical move on this up 15%, folks. They're not going to let that happen. You can tell. That thing is stagnant, man. That thing has just lost all of its. It's just like squeezing out toothpaste, folks. It's coming out real slow, and we might be at the end of the tube. Okay. I don't know how much more pressure they're going to be able to push to the upside with this volume as little as it is. It's just such small volume. SILO. It's just such small volume to make it keep moving, unfortunately. Yep. How long have you been doing this, bro? About 26 years. 26 years. And I want to take a look back over some of the hottest stocks I'm seeing right now. And those are DGXX. This looks extremely strong here, folks. I like it a lot. DGXX. This is one of my top picks right now. DGXX. And you can look down here, and there certainly are more buyers than sellers on that candlestick and on this minute candlestick. DGXX. Now, I don't make any guarantees, and I don't really necessarily like the 50-day dropping here and the 200-day here. But I want you to know, if you look at the longer term chart on this, the 20-day, this thing is on its way. DGXX. And if you go back even further here to the 180-day chart, or let's go to a 90-day. Let's look at 90 days. Time frame 90 days. Oh, my. Nice. Now, I'm going to show you guys something, and this is called mirror trading. All right, mirror trading. And right here is the center of the mirror. Right there. Center of the mirror is right here, folks. And there's where the deepest drop was. This plateau was this plateau. This plateau had a drop right here, and this plateau was mimicked by this drop right here. Do you understand what I'm saying? So this is the middle. This plateau was right here. This plateau. It's mirroring the image. Okay. This drop was this drop. All right. From this drop right here, ladies and gentlemen, which was the exact same point where they dropped it to over here, from this drop, look at the thing rocket. Well, that's this drop to this price. And if you don't believe me, I'll make it more defined for you so you can see it. It's called mirror trading, folks. Okay? So this plateau was this plateau, and I can make a mark right there so you can see it. Okay? Right there. All right? This drop right here was this drop to the same amount right there, folks. It was the exact same drop to the same amount. You can clearly see it right there. The 5-day average stopped right there, folks. If I could get a line to be made, it'd be nice. I don't know why it won't leave a line. I'm not sure why it won't leave a dang line there. I'm trying to get it to. Come on, man. Put the daggum drop line in there. Let's go. Jeez. There it is. All right. So now you can see the middle of the mirror. You see the sustainment. You see the sustainment. You see the drop. You see the exact same drop. And it happened again here. So from this sustained line right there, which was right there, ladies and gentlemen, you can clearly see from that line, this line right here, right there. Okay. I'm trying to put it in. It won't put it in. There. All right. Now, once you break over this line, folks, there's no resistance here till you get up to this line right here. Understand? So this is the next resistance point right there, folks, right there. Okay. Well, after it broke over that line right there, this one here, after it broke that one, look over here when it broke that, boom, didn't even stop at that line. It went all the way up to this one right here, the top of that one right there. That's where it went to, right there. That's where it went. And you can clearly see and look at it stop right on that line. See that? Look at it go to that line. Well, that's this line right here, folks. And from here, it shot all the way up to there. And what do you know? From here, it shot to there. How in the world and why? Why would it shoot to that line? Huh? Well, you can see why. And honestly, it should have, and it did stop here at this point first. See that? Look at these lines of resistance, folks. There is just as clear as a bell. You can see them. You can see them. And you can use this to meter where it's going to stop and drop. Folks, these lines, they mean something. These resistance points, they're the same resistance points as it rises. And now where are we going? Okay. Well, my goodness gracious, folks. Let's go way back in time. Oh, and now, ladies and gentlemen, we can look at this line right here and what is the relevance of it. And we can look at this line and what is the relevance of it. So, looking over here, ladies and gentlemen, as I show you this chart, you can clearly see that this 5-day blue moving average, when it got right there, folks, it hasn't been there for a freaking long ass time. Right there, folks. All right. And look where it stopped right there. Look where the price stopped, not the 5-day moving. The 5-day stopped there. Ladies and gentlemen, this stock has just crossed over a critical point. When they went over it there, they dropped it back to right there, and off she goes. And I like this a lot, folks. And beyond this point, I don't know how much further up it goes, okay? We may not see another point higher than these numbers. Ah, yes, we do. And here is your next line. Ladies and gentlemen, here is going to be, after it goes over this line, your next line of resistance is going to be right here. All right. I promise you that this stock is going to stop for a moment when it gets right there. Now, listen, folks. If this price can go over this line, then the next line it's going to stop at is going to be right here. The bottom of that 5-day right there is where it's going to stop next. And I could be wrong, but I don't think so. That is the next line. And then it will not stop until it gets to this line right here, ladies and gentlemen. Right there. Right there. Put a line there, dang it. Come on, put a line there. Put a line, put a line, put a line, put a line. I'm not sure why it doesn't want to put a line there. All right. But there should be lines here too. Right there. There should be a line right there. Right there. Right there. There you go. So you can use these lines of resistance, folks, from the past to tell you where there's going to be resistance in the future. You can definitely tell them. And there will be a line there too. So, and then the last line of resistance for this stock is going to be up here. There'll be one more above it, which will be higher right there. And then this thing is going to be unchart zone. It's going to be somewhere it's never been before. And once it goes over this, there's no telling how high it's going to go. After it breaks $4.13, 14, there's no telling how high it will go. Okay. So I'm showing you this right now so you know where the lines of resistance are going to be in the future based on lines of resistance in the past. It's called mirror trading, ladies and gentlemen. It's called mirror trading, and you just learned about it right here on this channel. And so now we're going to pull this over here. And again, you're looking at a stock that is reaching an area where it's getting pretty thin up here for resistance. And if it breaks over this line, it could really skyrocket. Okay, if this 5-day moving average blue breaks that line, then it could really stocklight 364. If the light blue line can break 364, 366, it's out of here. It's going to go. And it's been a long time since this stock has been in this area. And to be honest, there probably are not very many retailers that still hold it. They wouldn't have been able to handle getting it beat down that far. Most retailers would have gotten out. Because this price right here, ladies and gentlemen, was $3.46, and this is $1.86. And that's a big drop that most people would not tolerate. DGXX, folks. I just broke it down for you. I provide, you decide, okay? DGXX. I provide and you decide. And right now, it looks freaking awesome. And I want you to notice they're trying heavily to sell against this right now. They're really trying to suppress this right now. Very heavily trying to sell against this. But as they're trying to sell it down, the son of a gun looks fabulous. The 5 days rising, the 10 days rising, the 50 days rising, the 45, the 200, they're all rising, every single one. Even against all of that selling right there. All that sell off in the last hour, folks. In the last hour, it has been heavily sold. Just so you're aware of it, in this last hour, they've sold the shit out of it. Okay? I'm just letting you know that. And if you come up here and change this time frame and you get rid of this 1 hour candlestick and you just make it 10 minutes, now let's look at them. What's going on now? Massive selling for the last 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes of solid selling. 50 minutes of solid selling to pinch it down and cradle it into the 10-day here. And this thing's going to bounce off this 10-day, folks. In my opinion, this is a great place to buy this stock. Okay? DGXX, in my opinion, this is a very good, solid area on this line of resistance. And this one breaking this lower line, the 50-day coming over this lower line of resistance. I like this a lot. And if I were you, I would buy this DGXX. DGXX. Okay, I buy it there. Now, someone just got through asking me, what does DGXX do? DGXX stock. DGXX Power X. DGXX 7 hours ago signs first AI revenue contract, 19.6 million, 24-month sub Q AI agreement, validating operational launch of AI factory. It says here, DG Power X Incorporated, an energy infrastructure company, develops data centers to drive the expansion of energy assets in the United States. The company operates in three segments: cryptocurrency mining, sales of energy, and colocation services. It also mines for cryptocurrency. In addition, the company is involved in power provision and space rental to customers and sale of electricity. It serves industrial clients and in energy markets. The company was formerly known as DigiHost Technology and changed its name to DigiPower X Inc. in March 2020 something. Okay. And in 2025, DigiPower X's revenue was 34 million and a decrease of 7 million compared to the previous year. So that's not really necessarily all that good, but that's what they do. You ask me and I provide. I provide, you decide. I provide and you decide. And this is what the 1 day chart looks like on it right now. DGXX trying to splash out people here at 2:51 p.m. and you can see now it's 2:55 and it's coming right back up. DGXX. And if you look at the 1 month chart, folks, we're in uncharted territory now. There's going to be little resistance from people that own this in the last month. Higher priced, it's not going to happen. But in the last year as well, they're entering uncharted territory. No one's owned this stock for more in the last year, so there should be very little resistance from previous owners trying to recoup losses. All right. Now, the 5 year, yes, there are people 4 years ago in 2022 that owned this stock for more than it is now. There was. And there were even people here. So your resistance now should be at this price right here, and that would be 341 a share. And by the way, it's already over 341. So that resistance has been demolished. And then the next resistance is here at this point. And that point is 367. And of course, Savannah, they stopped it at 366 and drove it back down because they always stop it at 366. Savannah. And then they take it down here to what? 220s, 366, and they drove it down to 224, folks. Drove it down $1.46. Then it takes off and hits 603. And there's very few holders of this stock between here, folks, right there. There's very few holders from this line right there. And that is 339, folks. From 339 to $6, there are very, very few holders of this stock. And there should be nothing to stop it from going from this number back up to there again. There should be a big gap from right here to this number, $4. And from there, if it breaks four, it's gone to six again. There's nothing going to stop it, folks. There never has been. And there's nothing going to stop it here because from this price, it went all the way to there without stopping. So likely from this price here, it's got a big gap up here back up to six, folks. It could quickly go right back up to $6 from here. That's my call on DGXX, folks. Based on the history of it, from this price where it is now, that's about right here. right there's where it is. And you can see once it dropped to right there, boy, I tell you, and you can see this is mirroring. Man, oh man, keep an eye on it, folks. DGXX. DGXX. I'm assuming from this price, it will probably right there, the same as where it is there. It could jump up to at least there $4. From there to four, a pretty good gap. And then after four, it goes all the way to six. With just a few stops, there might be a stop at 420. You can see 420, and another stop up here at 463. So the next points of stoppage are $4.28 right there. And then 463. That's my call on this stock, folks. Savannah, this might not be the channel for you. LOL, nah, bro. This is a Rage Bit channel to see if anybody is worthwhile following. Uh, hey, Sam, welcome. Savannah 2.0, welcome. Overbought. Don't you think it's oversold? So with tech giants like Google and Nvidia, you backing that? Yeah, I do like. I like Nvidia. I've been telling people to buy Nvidia for a long time. I've been behind Nvidia for a very, very long time. I've been telling people about it for a long time, and I still like Nvidia. So, all right. So now we're back over here to DGXX. DGXX and all the massive sell-off has just ended. Just sold it there so they could get it on the cheap before it runs. So ding dong, the shorts went long. DGXX is the song. And now, ladies and gentlemen, you are about to witness this stock price jump over this price right here, which was a critical stop point earlier. Right there, they stopped that 5-day. And you can see they stopped it right there, the 5-day stop there. And now it's about to cross back over. And once it crosses this line, the 5-day is not going to stop. It's going to go up to at least here and maybe even here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. And this stock here is DGXX. Very little chance of it stopping here once it goes over this again. It's going to go all the way up, folks. Okay. This line right here, where they stopped it previously, let's go see if that has a previous meaning to them. Let's go out and look and see. Where's the previous meaning of that line? None. I don't see any previous stop there. None. Never stopping there. It's never stopped there before. It will not stop there again now. It's never stopped there in the past 5 days. Let's go look at it on the 10-day chart. No, folks, this stock has never stopped right here. Never. It's never stopped there in the last 10 days. Right here, it's never stopped there in the last 10 days. I doubt very seriously that it's going to stop there now. It's never stopped there in the last 10 days. So now when I go to the 1-day chart and I look at them trying to stop this right there on this line, I want to notice, will it be able to stop right there? Well, they stopped this little run up right there and it pulled back. But if it doesn't stop here, folks, it bounced off this and pulled back down. From there, it pulled down. But ladies and gentlemen, the 5-day was way down here when they stopped it there and pulled it down. The 5-day chart was down here, right there. The 5-day was here. Now the 5-day has gone above and is over this line. And I'm telling you, folks, this thing's going to break away. And it should now go all the way up to right here. This is what it should do. This is what it's going to do right now, folks. I'm telling you. Once this 5-day breaks this line, it's going to go all the way up to there. And there's nothing going to stop it. DGXX, folks. That's the end of it. It's over. There's no way to stop it. There's the 1-day. Look at the 1-day, 1 minute. And I'm here to tell you, man, it breaks this line right there. Nothing's going to stop it. Nothing's going to stop it. This is the only other place there might be resistance right there. And I'm going to put a line on that so you can see where that is. And you'll see where this line might resist right there. This is the only place it would be right there. Right there. Right there. There. This is critical, folks. If it goes over this line, there is a slight line where they pulled it down to right there a little bit ago. You can see it went up to there and they pulled it down to there. So I'll put a line right there as well. There. All right. And this one. These are all points that should be resistance points right there. All right. Nothing's going to stop it, folks. There should be a possible resistance right there as well. Right there. But listen to me. If it goes over this, goes over this, goes over this, then it shoots to there. If it goes over that, it jumps to there. All these numbers go way back in time, people, way back in time. And if it goes over that line, then it's going to go to the friggin' moon. And that price is $3.65. Call it 366, folks. If this thing breaks 366, it's completely out of here. It's completely out of here. If it breaks 366, it's completely out of here. DGXX. That's my call on it. DGXX. Triple cross on CMND on the 1 minute. Yep. Thank you for letting me know that. And they've already bought 3,282,000 at $1.17. 3,282,000 and only 3 million at $1.19. And at $1.18, only 2,746,000. And then at $1.17, 3,299,000 and $1.16, 3,000,004. So they even got more at the 16, 3,006,000 at the 15. Oh man, loading up. 4,004,000 at the 14. And oh, okay. Where? All right. 3,000,007, folks. 3,000,007 here. So they flat ran out at $1.13 at 3,000,007. And they bought more at at $1.13, $1.14. 4,000,004 at $1.14. Weak, people. That's very, very weak that they could only get $1.13. This very, very weak at $1.13. They could only get 3,000,007. All right. I'm just letting you know. Very weak that they could only get that many at 113 a share, 3,000,007. At 112, they could only get 1,000,007. At 111, they could only get 1,000,006. What do you know? And then at 110, they could only get 427,000. Ladies and gentlemen, at this stock, at $1.10, they could only get 427,000. How much did they get at 108? 108. Oh, they got 206,000. 206,000 at their favorite number, 108. 206,000 at 108. And then at 109, they only got 206,000. The same number, folks. 206,381. 108, they got 206,205. 206,205 at 108. And then 109, 206,381. A couple hundred more at 109, 206,381. And then at 110, they were only able to get 427,000 at 110. 427 at 110. 111, 1,616,000 people. There's the 616 number at 111. 616. I'm trying to get it where you can see it. And the number is 616. 1,616,328. I wish you could see that, folks. I wish you could see that number on the screen. 1,616 is what it is, folks. 1,616 is what that number is. Why the numbers don't show up, I do not know. But it is 1,616, ladies and gentlemen. What a coincidental number. 1,616. There it is. 1,616. 616, folks, at a 111 a share. At 112, there were 1,711,000 at 112. And then 113 saw 3,700,000 at $1.13. And then 114 saw 4,470,000. I can't believe it that they had to settle for this price to hoard instead of the 113. They got 4,470,000 at 114, folks. Weak. That is very weak right there. That they could get more here than they could at 113. Weak manipulators. Weak manipulators. They should have been able to get over 4 million here, folks, at their favorite number of 113. They should have been able to hold it there longer. They should have been able to hold this CMND. CMND is the stock, and they should have been able to hold it at 113 longer. They're weak. They can only get 3,700,000 there. 3,700,000, and up here 4,470,000 at 114. And why isn't it still there at that price? It's at 127 now, folks. And then they got 3,600,000 at 115. And then they got 3,400,000 at 116. And then they got 3,300,000 at 117. Do you see this? Oh my gosh, 3,300,000, 3,400,000, 3,300,000. 2,700,000 at 118. They're getting weaker, folks. They're getting weaker and weaker and weaker. 3,097,000 at 119. And I guarantee you at 120, they're over 4 million. Here it is, 120. 120. Where are they at 120? 120. How many there? Only 2,500,000 at 120, one of their favorite numbers. DGXX. Yep. So let's go over here and look at the chart. And this is the stock now, DGXX. This is what it looks like on the chart right now, DGXX. God, dogs, look at that 200-day that they tried to pitch out flat, and now it's going up. Look at the 45 and 50 make a 90-degree turn off of this line of resistance right here. And what is up with that line? Look how it stopped there twice before. And now it broke over that like a knife through butter, a hot knife through butter. They stopped it yesterday in the pre-market. They stopped it there once. They stopped it there twice. And then today, that same line of resistance twice in the pre-market got blown over like a hot knife through butter. And look at that 50-day red make a 90-degree turn back upwards. Man, DGXX, folks. DGXX. Price now $3.58 a share. And they had it down this morning to $3.13. They were showing DGXX trade. This is CMND now. CMND, I'm sorry. CMND. So let's go look at CMND on the chart. And here they are taking it down now. CMND. And I just sold IBRX at 826. Oh, I just sold IBRX at 827. Oh, I told you I moved those. I moved my sell orders up on that. IBRX, I moved them up. IBRX, I'll go over here to trade and I'll show you IBRX. I moved those sell orders up for a good reason. And there they go, folks. Nice. I moved them all up. I told you all this was oversold. I told you all that was oversold. So I took all my sell orders that I had here and here and here and here, and I moved them all up. And I moved them up to here, 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 and here. You guys saw me do that. And now I'm selling and I'm up $68.40 on this position today. 68.40 is how much I'm up on this. And I'm selling right now. And yeah, I'm very happy to see those are moving there at that price. And I only have 30 shares remaining. So very nice to see those sell just then there up there where I had moved them up to. And sure enough, they filled right there where I thought they would. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Thank you for buying those off of me, whoever just bought the IBRX from me. I only have 30 shares remaining. And so let me take a look over here. Today, of course, SIDU has me down today, but several of the other stocks I made some very good money on today. And including profit I made today on this stock here, HUBC. That stock right there, a very nice profit I made on this stock today. I want to thank you for telling me about that, whoever it was that called it out, because today I made a $1,085 profit on that stock. So thank you very, very much. That offset my losses from SIDU today, SIDU. That certainly helped me because SIDU, I'm down 1,900 today, and I did buy the lows on it today, but now that helped me a lot getting into that one. HUBC. Thank you, Tony Henry. I think you're the one that called that one out, and I made a good profit on that one today. HUBC. And the other ones haven't done too much, either up or down. We're not really seeing much else. It's nothing else. I'm up a little bit on this is IBRX, like I said. Up a smidgen on EYEN. And the rest, really not much happening there. Nothing that much. And now I'm going to look at chart BIAF. And there goes CMND. It's done being trounced. It just got washed, fleeced out, and now it's running CMND. 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 It looks like they took one more shot to see if they could buy it at $1.13. And then it's over after that. One last shot to get some shares at 113, and now it's over. CMND. Yep, they had one last throw in for 113 trying to catch that. And that's pretty much done, I believe. I think that's all over with. I think they're going to let it run now. CMND, I don't think have any real reason to hold it any lower, but they sure tried right then to sell some. But there's a lot of buyers coming in right now. You can see down here, CMND, that's a big freaking fat ass green candlestick right there. That thing is huge, folks. That candlestick right there, 153,000 shares. Actually, it was 245,000 shares purchased on that candlestick. 245,000 shares just bought of CMND. Yep. CMND, folks. It looks very strong right there. It doesn't look like it's going to be stopping here, folks. I don't believe it is. I think it's going to rise right on up. CMND. And looking at the 5-day chart on this stock right now, let's look at it. It looks very strong, very, very powerful, very, very hard to stop from rising. CMND, consolidating, capitulating, and converging right now on a rising 50 and rising 200. CMND, folks, it looks good. CMND up 61% today, and it looks possible for it to springboard in the after hours and go much higher. The highs today were established were at $1.52 a share, and it actually hit $2.49 a share about 5 days ago. All right. It was at $2.49 a share 5 days ago. And you can bet your butt there's a ton of resistance at this price right here where they ran it up to today twice. There's a bunch of resistance right there, folks. If it goes over that, it's out of here. Okay. And I'm going to put a mark right there so you know if it goes over this price here first, that'll be a good sign. But if it goes over this price second, then it's going to be off to the freaking moon. All right. So if it goes over this price, good. If it gets over this, excellent. She's going much higher. If she gets over that price right there, it's going to go much higher. I'm guessing. Looking at this chart here, let's look at instead of the 5-day, let's look at the 20-day. Oh, yeah, absolutely, folks. If this price comes over this line and breaks that one, there's nothing going to stop it, folks. There's nothing going to stop it from going up. There's nothing going to stop it. And you can see right here, there was a major amount of resistance on this stock previously already at this price. And this is another reason they don't want it really to go over this line. But I'm going to stress this for you. Pardon me. Just give me a second here. There. So look back over history on this stock. This is CMND. Take a look right here at how long they tried to keep this sideways and consolidate, capitulate, and converge it there. Look at that, folks, at that price. Look how long they were there. At that price right there. $1.08, Savannah. $1.08. They sat there a long time at $1.08. $1.08, folks. And now over here, that becomes a drop resistance point. And over here, it is now over that number. It's over that number where they sat so long and tried to keep it still there. Now it's up here. What's the relationship of this number to the past? Where's that going? Oh, I see it. I see it right there. Well, of course, it rode along that line a long time too. The bottom, the bottom, the bottom, the bottom, the bottom. Boom. Well, it's on that line right now, folks. That's the same line it's on. And from there, it's going to go up to this number right here. Right there. And you can clearly see how they dropped it down to that line once, and they dropped it down to that line twice before it took off. And then nothing's going to stop it to there. So I'm telling you, folks, these two lines where they created a drop, a drop, a drop, and a drop, that's this bottom line where they are sitting right now, where they created a stop, a stop, a stop and a drop, drop. Okay. That's this line here. If it goes over that line, folks, it's going to go all the way up to right about here. Yep. Right in this range, right there. I'm going to call right there. See how this 5-day dropped down there, then came up to there, and then dropped to there again, and then went off? So that's definitely a resistance line right there. That's definitely resistance. And then the next resistance will be at the bottom of that blue 5-day drop. And so that price is going to be right there. Oh, hold on. Right there. And then the next one is going to be right here. Right there. And then it's going to go all the way up to there. And if it breaks that price, it's going to go through the freaking roof. And listen, they knew that today already. The market makers, they already knew that if this price went over this right here, they were going to be in deep ass trouble. So when it got to there, they pulled the plug on that thing. They had to, because they knew if it went beyond here, shit, this thing's never seen any action there for a long time there. They knew it, and they had to stop it there today. And I'm going to show you now on an even longer term chart, the 180-day. And folks, there's nothing going to stop it if it went over that line. There was nothing that was going to stop it. It was going to go right on up. And they freaking knew it. They knew it. Look over here where they ran this thing down to this price right here. That is the biggest line of resistance of all. I'm telling you, folks, there's another huge line of resistance, and it's right there. Right there, folks. If and it's going to be very dangerous for them if this price goes up above right here. If it goes over this number, it's going to be very dangerous for them, because then it's going to really start making a move quickly right there. That number. So now let's go back over here to the 1-day chart or the 5-day. And this is going to be the biggest number of resistance of all right there. $1.93, folks, on this stock. $1.93. And all these lines of resistance have already been previous resistance points going way back in time, folks. So they're still going to be there, the points of resistance on this stock, which is CMND. CMND. And my gosh, folks, look at how little the volume has been here on this stock, how little there was, And look at this massive, massive volume today. CMND. Look at all that. Holy smokes, CMND. Why? Why all this sudden interest in this thing? Why all this massive desire to sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, Mortimer, all morning? Why? Why to keep pushing it down, 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 and catch this 50 crossing over this line of resistance down here? Oh man. And then look at the buyers start coming in there. And there's a lot of buying green through here, folks. They're not afraid here. They're buying it right now, and they're capitulating it on that line. It's CMND, folks. Now let's go over to the 1-day chart. And I want to look here. And it looks good, folks. CMND. It really looks like it's getting ready to make a move off that little ipsy dipsy double ta right there and trying to go. And they already barcoded this thing all through here. They've barcoded this from here up to there, all through here, over and over. Man, oh man, look at that barcoding on that stock. Look at that friggin' barcoding, folks, right there. Just look how long they've barcoded it there. Just look at it through here. Look at the barcoding, the barcoding, the barcoding, the barcoding, the barcoding, barcoding, barcoding. Look at them barcode that thing. And then, boom. I'm telling you, folks, this thing looks like it's going to make a move. And I could be wrong, but that's a hell of a lot of barcoding right there. And that's a lot of herk and jerk and herk and jerk and herk and jerk and herk, jerk, herk, jerk, herk. I'm telling you, jerk it, herk it, jerk it, herk it, jerk it. Market manipulation 101 to make that line right there their key line. That's their median line today, folks. This line right here is their median line today. And I want you to see, ladies and gentlemen, that above that line, the price went much higher than it did drop. Okay. Above that line again, it went much higher than it dropped. Okay. Above the line, it went much higher than it dropped. Here, it's been much higher over the line than it dropped. Here, equal, 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 equal. Higher, higher again. Not as low. Higher again. Not as low. So now off this median line, you're seeing every single time the low is here, the high is higher. 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 Understand? And this is the median line. The low is here and the high will be higher. Okay? So if you're wondering, it's probably a better idea to buy on this line because it's going to go higher than it is going to drop. Okay. This is only the one time where they could get a significant drop below that line. The rest of the day, it was on the line or barely below the line or barely below the line, just below the line, barely below the line, just under the line, but over higher, over higher. All right. Now, some of you saw me buy SIDU today at 406, 4065, 4065, 407. Look at the bid, 436. Ask 437. And I am so glad that some of you bought with me at those lows. I'm sure some of you did because you buy with me. I know you do. So congratulations on buying SIDU at 406 and a half, 406 and a half, 407. Today's low, I think, was 405. So we bought right there. Yes, we did. That's where we were buying it today. And I have a feeling it's just going to keep rising now. SIDU. There she goes, and she looks gorgeous. That looks good, baby. Holy smokes, it's about to go over that price. They tried to stop it. It is over that price. Oh my, look how it stopped there on the drop, stopped there on the drop, stopped on the pop, stopped on the drop. Look at that. And now it stopped on the rise and it's over that now. It's over it. SIDU. Nice. Oh my. Looking good, folks. SIDU. Yes. I always buy the dips, then sell the spikes. CMND is good for this. Might have to hold for months, but when it goes, it flies. Thanks, Farnsworth Keeping. Hey, Kat, you taking those market makers and shorties to the cleaners today? Yeah, baby. That's right. That's the clear mind medicine stock you were talking about earlier. Yes. That's right. I don't trade penny stocks at all. That's why I'm listening. But the bro's only giving his opinion on what he thinks is going up. Yes. Yep. DOD, baby. Dr. Q, I wish you would find my main, but I'll never share it. DGXX, are you holding any overnight, cat? Uh, no, I don't. These stocks are day trade stocks. The only ones I hold overnight are the ones on my long sheet. Okay? These are the stocks that I hold long. These here on my longs master sheet, they're the only ones I hold long. Okay? All these other ones, I just day trade them and sell them at the end of the day, no matter what they are. But these are the stocks I've been holding long over the last year. All these stocks right here, I've been holding long for the last year. Actually, some of these, like the second one, AMD, I've been holding that stock for freaking 20, 25 years. But all these stocks, I show what they've done over the last 5 days, 10 days, 30 days, and last year. I also show you the market cap and PE ratio. And if you would like to get this list from me, I'll send it to you. Just pay $9.95, $9.95 for this lot. And all you have to do is become a monster level member of the tank, and I'll send you this sheet. And not only will I send you this sheet of all these stocks that have gone up massively over the last year, but I'll send you my dividend stocks as well, which is this list right here. And this list here is over 70 stocks that have been paying awesome dividends over the last year. And I also show you the market cap, the PE ratio, the dividend, the amount that they pay, and the percentage of the dividend that they pay. And these stocks have been doing fantastic over the last year. Some of them up 90%, 60%, 46, 74, a 508% gain in paying dividends. And these also show you the last 5 days, 10 days, 30 days last year. 5 days, 10 days, 30 days last year. 5 days, 10 days, 30 days the last year. And you get this list too for just the same amount. If you just paid $9.99 for a monster level member, and in case you don't know how to do that, come over here to my channel right here. And then if you look over here, you'll see when you're on my stream here, if you click on my stream, which is right here, if you click on this stream here, you just got to click join right down here below. And you see the word join, click join, okay? And then over here, make sure you don't just join as a big bottom cat, but that you choose either the monster level or the Goliath level, okay? If you want these screens that show you the spreadsheets of my dividend stocks and my long stocks, I'll send you readable only for $9.99 monster level. If you want to be able to edit these spreadsheets and add your own to it as you go forward in life, then it's $24.99 to become a Goliath level member and get editable spreadsheets. Okay. And not only that, but if you come in as a Goliath level member, I will also send you the Charles Schwab Think or Swim candlesticks that are down here instead of the regular Charles Schwab candlesticks showing you the volume levels. These tell you if they're either buying or selling. And right now, more buyers than sellers, more buyers than sellers, more buyers than sellers, more sellers, more buyers, more sellers, more sellers, more buyers, more buyers. And this is on SIDU, folks. SIDU. So if you want these candlesticks, and if you use Charles Schwab Think or Swim, I'll send you the code for these candlesticks if you become a Goliath level member. All right. If you become a monster, I'll just send you the two spreadsheets of my, well, I'll send you three spreadsheets. One of them has my stocks that I hold long, one of them is dividends, and one of them is the stocks we've been day trading over the last 2 years. So I'll send you all three of these lists. By the way, look at SIDU right now. It looks freaking phenomenal. Coming up to 4 o'clock, it's rising. The 5 day and the 10 day are rising. The 45, the 50 day are rising. Yep, I'm not calling you out. I'm from Dubai. I'm asking, bro. I didn't say you were calling me out. I don't. I'm not saying anybody's calling me out. I don't feel called out. I feel like I'm just, showing people what to do. They can decide for themselves what they want to do. I don't tell anybody what to do. Nobody gets told what to do here. I provide and you decide. It's as simple as that. I provide and you decide. I provide you the knowledge I have that I've learned over the last 26 years. You decide what to do with it. Okay? All these levels of resistance, I told you there would be resistance at all these points, and there has been. And then they do a public share offering, and look at that thing flatten out today. And it flattens out on a line of resistance, which was resistance before. And then it's going right back up. Yeah, who is that guy? I don't know who he is. He said he just got blocked anyway. Okay. Uh, and uh, Dr. Q22, uh, Sam R. Trades, Doctor, just talking a little bit. Shit, bro. When I joined, I said I don't trade penny stocks. I trade uh, in Q. Okay. So, well, Kodiak Michael, the stock I'm looking at here now is SIDU. And it's been a fantastic stock. I already did a survey this morning to ask how many of my viewers had bought this SIDU when it was below $2.50 a share. And 39% of my viewers said yes, they had bought SIDU about 2 weeks ago when it was down to 250 a share. So after this public share offering, we're still making double what we paid for this stock a week and a half ago. Samar Trade. So you be in the game for 26 years, bro. I'm immigrating to the U.S. soon, so I'm asking the people. Yes, I've been trading for 26 years. What happened to me, my friend, was that a while back, I ended up getting on the Wheel of Fortune. And if you put Wheel of Fortune and then you put Tyler, Amy, Joy, you will find my video right here. That's me. And this is me 26 years ago today. And I got on this show and I kicked royal freaking ass. And you can see it right here if you go, like I said, to YouTube and put it on, and you'll be able to hear and see me. That's me on the right there. And I'm going to solve right there. That's me. And this was in the year 1999. And I just kicked ass on the Wheel of Fortune. And after I won a boatload of money there, then I went on to the bonus round, and I kicked ass on the bonus round as well. And I just totally nailed it. I got every clue. I was just rocking. And well, I didn't guess every single clue. There were two clues during the game that I let others win or they got. But then this is the bonus round. And on the bonus round, you can tell what that is. I kicked ass on the bonus round. Here he said it was his destiny, and he opens it up, and I hit the 25 grand. So, and that's my sister. That's my sister right there. And that chick right there, I met her at the tryouts for the show. I met her at the tryouts for the show. And she thought I was going to get on the show and win big. And she said, if you do, can I come out and hug Pat Sajak? I said, hell yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was pretty spiked up that day. I was pretty hyped up. I was feeling good and ready, and I was rocking. And so, anyway, that's what happened. And that's how I won $38,000. I had to pay 12,000 of that money to the IRS, and then I kept the other 24,000, and I turned it into a small fortune. Yep, and it was pretty wild, folks. It was pretty crazy, but that's what happened to me, and I'm just sharing it with you. And it helped me because he said, what are you going to do with all the money if you win a bunch of money? I said, I'm going to get all my songs on the radio if I can. So I made 2 CDs with the money, and you can actually see these CDs right here. And I created quite a few. I got about 1,000 of each CD. This is my first CD, and it's called right here, Small Fortune is the name. And then this is my second CD that I came out with here, Small Fortune 2, and original music and lyrics by moi, Tyler Self. And then I took off from Orlando, Florida, where that was filmed. And I moved to Nashville, Tennessee, and I started meeting great musicians that I've worked with the rest of my life. One of them happens to be one of the best guitarists in the world, and his name is Jamie Loritz. And he is an incredible guitarist. And I could show you Jamie Loritz here if you want to see him. And this is one of my best friends. He lives in Fort Myers, Florida. His name is Jamie Loritz Guitar. He even has a guitar hero after him, ladies and gentlemen. And just so you know, this is him, my best friend, playing the guitar right here. And he is incredible, folks. So I'm going to play you a little bit of this because I'll get copyright violation if I let it go too long. But I'm going to play you this. This is my friend who does all my guitar work for me on all of my original songs. And here he is, right here, Jamie Loritz. So anyway, that's my buddy Jamie Loritz. He is playing on almost all of my songs with me, and he can kick ass. And he doesn't just play the guitar, ladies and gentlemen. He plays guitar, piano, bass guitar, drums. He does it all. He records. I send him the song, and he does it in its entirety and sends it back to me. I add all the vocals, and then that's how we do it. And he's in he runs a record company called Dog Ear Records, and Dog Ear Studios is located in Fort Myers, Florida. If you want to become someone who works with this guy, I can make that happen for you. If you have music and you do original music, I can turn your songs into, or he can turn your songs into masterpieces. He is incredible, ladies and gentlemen, and I would suggest that you check him out. To give you an example of one of the songs he can play, I'll do it for you. This is one of my songs here now. And I'll play you this song that he's on here playing right here, Jamie Loritz. And I'll let you hear this. Got my old bag of Beetle turning again. She gonna wanna fire up at the wait and see. Lots of times she won't, other times she will. But just in case she don't, I mark her on the hill. She's a 63, used to be paper blue, but lights of late, you can see the rest coming through. Bumpers hanging low, and I fall in the road. But me and my old Beetle, that lightens up our load. My Beetle's got a name, I call her Ladybug. Jack carpet on the floor from my old lady's rug. Yeah, I'm a Beetle free. Yeah, this ain't no lie. I'm jumping in my ladybug, and I'm gonna take her for a ride. But there's more I gotta tell you about my Beetle freak ways. When I'm riding in my Beetle, I can hear my Beetles play. Ride this fairy loam and crank a yellow submarine. Got my Beetles in my Beetle, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I'm a Beetle freak, it ain't no lie. Beetles in my track, baby, by my side. Rocking and a rolling, that's what we love to do. Me and my baby on the Beetle cruise. That's what we love to do. Looks like you're gonna have to get over here in the driver's seat. Gonna have to push starter. Yeah, it looks like I forgot to park on the hill this time. Sorry, babe. My Lisa's got a name. I call her Ladybug. She got carpet on the floorboard from my old lady's rug. My floor's hanging low. My ball up in the road. But me and my old lady's bug. Well, that just lights up our love. Yeah, I'm a little freak, this ain't no lie. Jumping in my ladybug to take her for a ride. Rocking and rolling, that's what we love to do. Beatles in my Beetle, on a Beetle road. That's the Jamie play right here. Come on, Jamie, take the wheel. Take her for a ride. Yeah, I'm a Beetle freak, and this ain't no lie. I'm jumping in my ladybug. We're gonna take her for a ride. Yeah, we're rocking and rolling. That's what we love to do. Got my Beatles in my Beetle, and we're on the Beetle cruise. Yeah, that's what we love to do. All right. So there you go, a little bit of my music. If you want to listen to the rest of my music, I'm on all the music providers under the name Tyler Self, and you can hear me on Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, every single music provider that there is, other than Pandora. I don't have any tunes on Pandora, and so that's what I did with my music. I started creating with my money that I won on the Wheel of Fortune. I started creating my music career and advancing my music career, and so that's what I've been doing for the past 30 years. and I got about 125 songs on YouTube on my playlist. So congratulations to everybody that bought SIDU with me today at the low $4.30 and 406. I got 406.5. And so we're going to take a look now over here at where the 1 day chart. There we go, SIDU. And I want to thank you for joining me, everybody. Kathy, hello there, Kathy. Sam R. Trade said, love it. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, I got a lot of songs, man. I mean, and I've even had a couple of them that I've had good success with. I've had very good friendships with people from the group Molly Hatchet. I happen to know Brian Bassett, the guitar player for Molly Hatchet, and I've recorded in their King Snake Records in Orlando, Florida. Really, it's just north of Orlando in a place called Sanford, Florida. So I've recorded quite a few of my songs, and Brian Bassett was the one who was the sound man for me. He wasn't really a sound man for the band, but he knows all about sound. So he recorded about 9 of my songs on my second CD, and one of them they took a very good liking to. And unfortunately, I'm not allowed to discuss what songs I've sold, but I have sold a couple of songs in my career, my illustrious musical career, and I hope to be selling a couple more here fairly soon. One of them is called What About You, and another one is called Two Kids in a Candy Store. And I might even have a deal on one called So Goodbye, So Long, Farewell. So anyway, we'll see what happens. Michael O'Banion, hello there. Welcome, 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 welcome to the tank. Good to see you this afternoon. Well, today they knocked Silo down 23%. We started buying it when it was down there 23%. Congratulations, those of you that bought it with me. And my lowest buy today was 406 and a half. I did not get 405, but I was able to buy 406 and a half. And I got 407 as well. So that was good. And I expect to see it just rise from there now and go right on back up. I don't expect to see anything hold it down. And let's go over and see what some of our other picks have done. CMND, what's that doing now? CMND. And just holding steady, CMND, holding on this barcode all friggin' afternoon. Holding on this barcode all afternoon, CMND. Wow. Clear mind, folks. It's about the use and the government just passing and giving the okay for studies for psychological effects of people uh, using psychedelic drugs, ladies and gentlemen, psychedelics, and they're going to be used for the treatment of PTSD. And this company is involved with another one, and they do psychedelics, so they're up 57% today. And I expect to see them go up even more in the after hours. We'll see what happens. CMND. And as a matter of fact, look at them try to dump that down at the close. And look at the buyers coming in on it there while they try to sell it out from underneath everyone. Look at all the buyers coming in right there in the last few minutes of the day. They're not afraid of this stock, folks, CMND. They're not afraid of it. And I wouldn't be surprised to see them try to splash this close, which they're trying to do. Trying to splash the close, ladies and gentlemen, CMND. And notice the amount that it's up 56% today. It's up 56%. And notice the price they're splashing it to $1.13 close, folks. $1.13 close. The market makers are trying to close this stock out at $1.13 a share right now, ladies and gentlemen. $1.13, ladies and gentlemen. Savannah, can you believe that the market makers are trying to drive this down to a close of $1.13? Savannah, can you believe that? Oh my gosh, they are. Yes, they are, folks. That's what they're aiming for. Well, my. No, It's pretty good, but I don't think he is recording that one. What song are you talking about exactly? Yep. And by the way, somebody said Red Squirrel said "Creativity" by Jamie Laritz. Is that one of his albums? I didn't know that that was the name. Where did you get that "Creativity"? Or is that his? Was that his Guitar Hero? "Creativity" by Jamie Laritz. Was that the Guitar Hero? Uh, when are you live? I start every day at 6:48 in the morning. Sometimes at 6:49, sometimes 6:50. But oh my goodness, look at them try to close this price out at $1.13 a share, folks. The desperation of these motherfuckers. It's just something else, man. The manipulation, and all stocks are manipulated, every one of them, every day. Just so you know that. Uh, what do you guys? When are you live? Okay, he made a SoFi song. Yes, he lives in L.A. but is headed to Nashville to record other songs. Mud Dog, who are you talking about? Dang, taxes took a lot. Yeah. What was winning? What was winning's 100,000? No, no, no. I won 38,000. 38,000. $38,050. Well, look at that buy-in. Look at this buy-in, folks, at the very last minute. Oh my God, look at that massive green candlestick right there. Look at that huge buy-in. And they screwed them out of closing at $1.13. Made it close at 114, folks. 114 because of a massive buy-in the very last minute. And look at it shooting up in after hours now. Look at that shoot up in after hours. Oh my God. See what I mean by splashing the close? Trying to splash the close, folks. It's called make it look worse than it was during the daytime. Look at that splash. And now look at it take off. Splash and flash, everyone. Holy smokes. Oh, man. Look at him try to barcode that all damn day and then look at it go right over that number in the after hours. Oh my gosh. Wow, folks. Wow. Look at it go. CMND. Oh man, manipulation is so rampant across the whole market. Holy cow. Yep. He is on X, aka Twitter. Oh, okay. Tim Sweeney. Okay, okay, okay. Well, you let him know if he wants to record other songs. He doesn't have to go to Nashville. He can do it right from his living room. He can send them. He can record his little his vocals and his acoustic guitar. He can send that acoustic track and vocal track to Jamie. Jamie can do it all from there. He can play the drums. He can play the bass. He can play the keyboards. He plays the organ. He plays the guitar like a freaking master, and he can do the whole song, send it back to your friend, and he can record just his lead vocals on there then if he has a way to do that. I happen to have a recording studio here in the basement, so I do my own recording here in the basement using my equipment here. All right, everybody. Well, take a look at this CMND now moving upwards so nicely in the after hours after they tried to splash the close. Yep. Bycat Tank members, we should make a What's Up group so we can talk about swing stocks. We have a group already. We have a group. And if you go over here to my channel and you watch my videos, you can look down below here in the here. And right here is our group where we talk in after hours. And here's where you can join the Tank Telegram right there. There's where you can join the Tank Telegram Club right there. So look down in my description and you will see where you can join the Tank Telegram Club. You'll see a link to where you can hear over 120 of my original songs right there. You can listen to all my songs right there on that link. And you can also dig deeper into Catfish Tyler here at Linktree. This is my Linktree link. And then here's where you can hear all my songs on Spotify. Enjoy and please help by subscribing right there, folks. All right. So that's all down in the description. And if you want, here's a link where you can get into the Telegram Club right here. I'll just put this in, copy, and we'll go over here to Telegram Club right here. Oops, sorry. There we go. Telegram link. I'll put it in here right now. Telegram link. Oh, of course, I got my caps lock on. Sorry. Control V, enter. And so if you want to join in with our Telegram club, where we got a lot of including Ron, who kind of runs the show there, come on over and give us a listen sometimes. All right. Well, folks, I want to thank you all for being here today. And I want to thank you for your sharing with me on this channel, who called out stocks today. And this is all the channel members today that called out 30 plus stocks that we looked at today. And I want to thank you for all of your suggestions on these stocks. Okay. And including whoever called out these big runners. Congratulations to you for your successful day of trading. And tomorrow is going to be another day, folks. Now, my grandchild, as you know, is here. And so I'm not going to stick around this evening to chat and bullshit with you guys. Thank you. Yes, thank you very much, Sam R Trades. I'm going to get on out of here and go play with my granddaughter. All right, everybody. You guys have a great evening. Thank you very much for being. Yes, I made a few bucks, bought on the low for the next few months gains. All right. Very good. Well, listen, guys, I'm going to have a great evening with my granddaughter. I hope you have a great evening. We'll see you tomorrow. I'll be on here tomorrow at 6:48 a.m. Eastern time, and we will have you guys pick out the other next hot stocks that we can pick up on the buys. And yep, your link goes back BAC. My link goes back to this video. Let's try this again. Copy, paste, search, click on the link. Nuh-uh. It goes to right there. I just clicked on the link and there's where it goes to right there. So, oh, I see. The link I put in the first one was not the Telegram link. Now you got the Telegram link. I got it, my dog. I got it. I see. I somehow I didn't copy what. I don't know what happened. I have no idea what went wrong. But there it is now. Now you can get in to the Telegram group if you want to. And yep. So Alexander Cohen says, hold on a second here. So you're gonna hold SIDU? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. We were seeing double cat. Now you good. Yep, now we're good. Yep. All right, everybody. Hey, listen. Again, thank you very much for being here with me. I wish you that you all have a great success in all your endeavors financially. I hope you have a great night. Enjoy your meal tonight. Enjoy your dinner. And spend time with your family. Get to know your children. The share and everything that they want in their lives. Find out more about them. Don't just let them get to the dinner table and take off. Make sure you make them leave their cell phones somewhere else at the dinner table and you guys communicate amongst each other. All right, spend time at that dinner table and share in each other's and bond there, folks, and make sure you give thanks to the good Lord above. Catfish Tyler, we're hoping that you are all surrounded with love because each and every one of you deserves it. Catfish Tyler, over and out, everyone. See you tomorrow, 6:48 a.m. Eastern Time. God bless each and every one of you. Bye-bye.